There is not a day that I wake up that I don't feel like going back to sleep or that I don't have anxiety about what my day is going to bring. And you know what I do? I wake up and I go handle it.
And you have to understand, if you don't execute on the plan, if you don't get up in the morning when you're feeling tired, scared, if you don't execute, you're not just cheating yourself. You're cheating your family. You're cheating your employees. You're cheating your team, whatever you're a part of.
Your biggest enemy is you. It's you against you. The only person that gets in your way is you. Nobody else. It's you.
I need you to confront you because you're the one holding you up. I need you to look in the mirror and tell you, you are not going to do me like this no more. You're not going to continue to sabotage me. You're not going to keep procrastinating. You're not. You know you should be further in life, but you keep letting you slide. Hold you accountable and don't let you off the hook.
If for 10 years, if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do, what would you be like? What would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you? You'd be 10 times more efficient, 20 times more efficient. You have no idea how efficient people get.
I want you to challenge you the last quarter this year to do something you've never done before, to have something you've never had before. They're not going to give it to you, but if you're willing to get up every day and go take it, if you're willing to get up every day and work for it, if you're willing to get up every day and grind from sunup to sundown, you can have the life that other people dream of.
I don't negotiate with myself. Most of us come out here, we explain away why we can't do shit, and we stick in this negotiation process in our mind. You can't negotiate these things. They're definites.
If you really want to change your life, do so by learning how to be gritty. Do so by learning how to be resilient. Do so by showing up time after time after time after time, long after everybody else has lost interest in showing up, and you will get where you want to go.
Just keep pushing forward. With enough action, any goal can be achieved.
Everything that is great comes from being in a position of uncomfortable. And if you can get used to being uncomfortable, your fucking limits are non-existent.
There are no shortcuts. There are no hacks. If you want to take the easy road, I promise you it's longer and more painful than the hard road. Choose the hard path, the path of responsibility, hard work, and sacrifice, the path of discipline, humility, and ownership that ultimately leads to freedom. It won't be easy. It will demand everything you've got to give, but you can do it. Discipline equals freedom. That's not a contradiction, it's an equation. Discipline is the path to freedom. Discipline is the driver of daily execution. Discipline defeats the infinite excuses that hold you back. Make discipline part of your daily life, and your daily life will get better.
Ayan. Sorry, ang tagal bumabad dun sa click on subscribe. Good evening, everyone! Good evening! So magandang hapon po, Online Filipino Freelancers. What's up? On a Saturday night. Ayan, so this is a very special night for us. Once again, dahil puno na naman tayo ng free content this evening. So I just want to welcome everyone. Tag your friends. Sabi nyo, interested kayo dun sa topic. So some of you might still be, preparing dinner or getting ready. So mamaya, for sure, dadami pa tayo. But first of all, I want to welcome everyone. And of course, sa mga magre-replay nito, palaging may team replay sa atin, no? Because we are, our community is spread all over the world. So this time, siguro mga 7 a.m. pa lang, wherever you are. And I know that a lot of people will still be coming in as we go through habang lumalalim yung gabi at lumalalim ang ating topic for tonight. So, by the way guys, yung show off natin, ito na yon muna. Di ba, I promised you parang weekly meron tayong interview, pero we had like a busy quarter dahil 11-11, 10-10, ganyan, as an entrepreneur, medyo marami talaga. And then we had 2 episodes before. Tapos after that, we had Fibo Lim, di ba? So we had an introduction with a BGM or yung business growth mentorship. Tapos, ayun, mga na-busy. Pero tuloy-tuloy naman yung content natin. Random lang, minsan Friday, minsan Thursday, minsan Saturday. And today is a very, very special night for all of us na we have announced this beforehand, a week prior, no? And today we are going to talk about how to get your ideal clients using the art of seduction. Gusto mo ba yon? That was actually the first time I heard this. And it was introduced to me, this idea. Parang sabi ko, ang ganda ng topic, diba? So I immediately said yes because these are the contents na hinahanap natin, diba? Ito yung mga klase ng topic na makakatulong sa atin whether you are a beginner, aspiring freelancer, and a seasoned freelancer. So, without further ado, I'm going to be on the background and I would like to welcome two amazing ladies on the screen right now. I'm going to put them on the screen. First, this is Miss Michelle Roldan, one of my very, very good friends. Ayan, say hi, sis.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. And of course, I'm going to bring up on the screen Miss Sariah. Tama, no, Sariah?
Yeah, hi, Miss CJ and Michelle. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Nice to
guys.
be here.
Ayan. Right. So, Sariah actually is the first time I met her was just tonight. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited. I'm super excited to hear from her and learn from her as well. And I'd like to, parang ganito yung segue natin pag ganyan. So, introduce ko muna si Sis Michelle. I've known you for like how many years na? Medyo matagal na rin.
Tagal na.
Oh, ayan. And she actually introduced me this concept to invite Miss Sariah here. And I said, yes, kasi ang ganda talaga ng topic. So I'm very excited for that. Enough of me. I am going to turn it to Sis Michelle, and then Sis Michelle will introduce Sariah for all of us. Okay, so go ahead, take it away.
Thank you so much, Sis CJ. Okay, so now guys, ayan, so very exciting ang magiging topic for tonight. And before we go to the, juicy and the yummy part of this, let me introduce to you Miss Coach Sariah. Oh, Miss na Coach pa. Sariah. So Coach Sariah is a sales and mindset coach for online Filipino freelancers. O, di ba? Tamang-tama, swak na nandito kayo this evening. And of course, she's a full-time homeschooling mom of 2 boys and a businesswoman. O, di ba, bigat? So, Miss Sariah, or Coach Sariah, she transitioned from being a traditional business owner to an online freelancer during the pandemic. All right. And now she's helping hundreds of freelancers to get their ideal clients at their ideal rates, san kayo doon, through her courses and coaching. Okay, so aside from her online course, which is Art of Seduction Marketing Mastery, she also has courses on client getting on skills.com and Amazon Nation PH, which have helped thousands of freelancers this time in different fields with the approach of, prospecting naturally, yung hindi pilit, and effectively, of course, without the stress, the anxiety. Yun yung pinaka na-anxious ka kasi you're not getting client and you're not getting the rate that you want, diba? At saka may heartache ka rin. So through her frameworks dito sa Art of Seduction, combined yung marketing syempre. Okay, her mentees are able to reach out to clients without sounding salesy, spammy, or pushy. So that's very important. And they're also able to get their ideal clients at their ideal rates effortlessly. Sounds really, really interesting this time, huh? So she was also a former relationship coach. Oh, huh? So she really specializes in building, better human relationships and communication. That's very important. So her vision is to level up Filipino freelancers so they can get premium rates through offers they are aligned with and thrive in freelancing and live the lifestyle they love. Kinikilig na ako. Excited na ba kayo, guys? Let's
Haba.
all welcome Coach Sariah! Woo!
Hey, thank you, Michelle. Grabe, nahabaan ako dun sa intro na na-realize ko ang haba pala. Thank you so much. And hello, good evening, mga ka-off. Ka-off ba tawag dito?
Yes.
Online Filipino Freelancer community. So I'm so happy to be here tonight and share some yumminess and sexiness to you guys. Gusto nyo daw, handa na ba kayo maging yummy? Ayan. So, kamusta Michelle? Kamusta ang iyong violet hair?
Oo nga. So
Ang ganda ha?
I just did this tonight, this afternoon.
So, sabi ko kahapon lang magkausap tayo, parang blonde pa yan eh. Tapos biglang ngayon purple na. Love it, bagay.
Thank you.
Ayan. So, hello again. So, I think I'm gonna start now with my presentation. So, gaya ng sinabi ni Miss CJ tsaka ni Michelle, my topic tonight is how to attract prospects and make them say yes using the art of seduction. Or how to attract your ideal clients, yun nga. So, I think this is one of the main problems of freelancers. And later on, pagka medyo pinakilala ko pa yung sarili ko, marirealize nyo na, parang it's not really dahil hindi tayo magaling, but it's more of our mindset and ano yung mga limiting beliefs natin around it that makes it difficult. But it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to feel forced, icky, yucky. And my students from my course, my coaching, most of them are saying na they're enjoying the prospecting process. Actually, si Michelle, she's one of my students sa batch 2. So, ayan, sige, I'll go ahead and start. So, ayan. So, what are the biggest challenges when it comes to getting clients? Ano nga ba yung biggest challenge natin? Sa kinatagal-tagal ko nang ginagawa to, na I've been going from one freelancing group to another, giving this topic, I always ask them this question. And usually they submit answers to me. And ito yung mga most common na challenges nila. Okay? So, how to connect to prospects without anxiety, or paano ko nga ba i-position yung sarili ko? How do I get noticed kasi lagi akong nasi scene zone? How do I pitch my offer? Yan, ang pinaka number 1 na tanong. And Coach Sariah, paano pag wala akong experience? Tapos ang dami naming freelancer. Like, nagulat ako when I joined this community, I saw that there are 286,000 members. So imagine 286,000 freelancers, right? And if you have that mindset, ang dami na namin na nagko-compete for the same market, malulunod ka talaga, right? But tonight, I hope I'll be able to break most of those limiting beliefs and guide you to a sexier point of view that will give you more confidence and help you enjoy the prospecting process for your freelancing career. Okay? So, if you have questions later on, I'll entertain them. So, ano nga ba yung mga matututunan natin tonight? So, number 1 is how to connect to prospects naturally without anxiety. So, gaya nga ng sabi ni Michelle, sometimes, alam natin how to connect, but that feeling of anxiety every time, if you're prospecting every day, imagine feeling that nervousness, that anxiety every day. Ang hirap, di ba? So, tatanggalin natin yon, okay? So, kahit yun nga lang matanggal sa inyo anxiety and you feel it's an enjoyable process that you can do every day over and over again kasi nag-enjoy kayo, that's a big enough quick win for you guys, okay? Next is why seduction is a powerful tool in marketing. So, Miss CJ mentioned kanina, the term seduction in my course, seduction marketing, got her curious. Kasi di ba we have this misconception of what seduction is, or we have this preconceived notion of what seduction is. Later, I'm gonna discuss what does it have to do with getting clients. Manglalandi ba tayo, Sariah? Okay, later malalaman nyo. And ways to look for clients that doesn't involve cold outreach. Ayan. So, para sa mga kagaya ko na introvert, nalaman ko rin si Miss CJ introvert, si Michelle also is introvert. Di lang ang halata kasi ako I can switch to being an extrovert if needed kapag nagpo-prospecting. Pero naturally introvert ako. These techniques really work. And it doesn't involve cold emailing, cold outreach, yung mga DM na parang scripts, no? No, we're not gonna use any scripts. I'm gonna teach you how we do it, how I do it, how my students do it, that gets their pipeline full of clients, okay? And pinaka-importante, proper mindset to have when connecting with clients, okay? Kasi it all starts with a mindset. I'm not here to teach you scripts and templates. No, you can search that on Google. But even if you do get those scripts and templates, later on malalaman nyo why it's not working, why you get scene zoned, why you get rejected despite using these scripts and templates from marketing gurus. Okay? And lastly, how to be yummy to clients during an interview, even if you're a newbie without experience. So I hope may time pa later for that. I'll try to make seeing it that one in later. Okay? Right. So una-una, in short, I will teach you how to be yummy, sabi nga ni Coco Martin, in your client's eyes. Ayan. So, gawin ko na lang siyang presentation mode. Ayan. So, sino nga ba ako? As mentioned, I was a former relationship coach, businesswoman, and then I pivoted to freelancing during COVID last year. Nung break out ng COVID, I pivoted to freelancing. So, because the business had to shut down because it was food related. And that's where I discovered na yung world ng freelancing, which is different from yung kinasanayan ko, which is just online jobs. So, 2009, I was already working as a VA writer. Pero yun yung mga tipong $4 per hour, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos hindi talaga siya freelancing as we know it right now. That can be a lucrative career, right? So, last year lang ako nag-pivot and I focused on copywriting, email copywriting. Now, I was fascinated with the study of the art and psychology of seduction because I watched a TED Talk by a psychologist who discussed the real definition of seduction. Mamaya bibigay ko sa inyo yun. Then I had this light bulb moment in my head na nung nalaman ko yung real definition of seduction, sabi ko, parang na-connect ko siya to, kasi dating yung sinasabi niya eh. Pero yung dating, na-connect ko siya to the marketing, to the connecting with clients kasi both of them involve relationships, building relationships. And dahil relationship coach nga ako dati, we got clients from all over the world, no, asking help for their relationship problems. I realized that most of their relationship goals, for example, getting back with an ex, or paano ba mag-message sa person I like, how to go about online dating, all of them had one thing in common, which is communication. They needed better communication skills. And more than the communication, later sasabihin ko yung talagang pinaka-secret, hindi lang communication skills. Okay? And as Michelle mentioned, I've coached and helped hundreds, actually nasa thousands na siguro, of freelancers get their ideal clients at their ideal rates with my Art of Seduction techniques. Yan. So para naman may credibility ako sa inyo. So I'm a course creator. I already have courses in skills.com. It's like this platform for freelancers with different kinds of courses on skills and skills. One of my courses is the top, parang most viewed courses doon. Say Art of Seduction. I also have my own online course, which is called the Art of Seduction Marketing. And I also have a course inside Amazon Nation. So, kaway-kaway sa mga ASVA dyan. So, I have parang may modules doon for Art of Seduction sa ASVA. Okay? So, the real problem, let's dig into your real problem. Why? Siguro, yung mga nandito ngayon, ito yung mga nahihirapan kumuha ng clients, I assume. That's why they're interested in this topic. So, you have to know what the real problem is. Bakit hirap na hirap kayong makakuha ng client despite using scripts and templates? And the real problem is you don't know the why behind the how. As I mentioned, I'm not only teaching techniques, strategies, scripts, and whatever, but I'd like to start always with the mindset. Because if you want a thriving, successful freelancing business that will give you your ideal income month after month, if you want to have that financial time freedom, whatever you actually dreamed of, that's why you shifted to freelancing, you cannot actually achieve new goals with the same mindset that brought you to where you are right now. So kung nasan kayo ngayon, for sure, hindi pa kayo kontento dyan. That's why you're here, right? The problem is, if you've been doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results, if you do it 1 year, 2 years, 10 years from now, the same thing over and over again, ito pa rin yung magiging kalagayan nyo, right? So, it all starts with actually shifting the mindset. You cannot solve the same problem with the same mindset that brought you into that problem in the first place. So, dyan tayo mag-focus ngayon gabi. Okay? So, the real problem is you don't know the why. In short, kulang ka sa landi. Anong kinalaman ng landi? Manglalandi ba kami? Okay. So, when I say landi, later de-define ko yan. Bakit ko sinabing landi? Kasi marketing or talking to clients, getting clients, is no different than dating. This is not an original concept from me. In fact, even Russell Brunson says this. Even Ryan Dice of Digital Marketer Lab says this. Marami na akong narinig na mentors, gurus from sales and marketing who always say that marketing is no different than dating. And bilang naging relationship coach ako and freelancer as well, nakita ko for myself that it's true. Okay? Why? Because both involve building relationships with the goal of getting the other person to see your value and accept your offer. In fact, dating is actually like a sales process, right? So baligtarin natin. Yung dating actually ang marketing, ang sales and marketing. It involves sales and marketing. Why? You're selling yourself. Hindi naman selling parang yung isipin yung iba, yung may bayad you're marketing yourself with the hopes na makita ng taong to yung value mo and say yes, right? Accept your offer, parang marketing. You're selling something with the hopes of them saying yes. And if you do it the wrong way, 'di ba? First approach pa lang, wala na, scene zone ka talaga or busted ka na or friend zone ka na. Same with marketing. You have to be very careful with your initial approach, and that is what I'm gonna teach you here tonight. Doon lang tayo sa initial approach, okay? So I hope na matulungan ko kayo. If you have questions later on, ask nyo. So my students, ito yung mga sinasabi nila about my course. So ayan, this is from batch 1. She got hired immediately after 2 months taking my course. And right now, parang magtatayo na yata siyang sarili niyang agency just like 4 months after the course. Dahil sobrang dami na niyang client. So from anxious na hindi, 1 year siyang depressed na hindi siya makakuha ng clients. After taking my course, sunod-sunod na. Hindi na siya nahirapan and she's enjoying it and she's actually getting the rates that she wants. Okay? And, ayan, just skim through them. Ito naman from 0 discovery calls in 3 months. After ko siya na one-on-one coaching, she just changed the way she messaged people and she got 4 discovery calls booked in 1 day. O, diba? So, hindi ko na babasahin yung iba. Ito naman, she got 2 discovery calls booked in 1 day. Right? So, I just showed you that to show you what's possible. Okay? But if you don't want 4 discovery calls in a day, of course, that's your call. Ako, ayoko. I mean, ayoko nga nagko-call eh. Hindi ako nagsa-sales call. I'm at the point where I don't even do sales calls because everything is attraction marketing. Everything is already inbound. So, doing the techniques that I'm gonna teach, yun yung way towards getting that, okay? Why? Because one of the main problems why freelancers experience burnout in prospecting or feel like they're failing or feel like they want to quit. Kasi, puro outbound lead generation ang ginagawa. The numbers game. Right? Pag walang ni isang pumatol, sumagot, uulitin mo na naman bukas. Tapos feeling mo marireject ka na naman. Anyway, so it's like a snowball effect na palaki ng palaki yung anxiety mo na okay, wala pa rin ako nakuha. Kasi nga puro outbound. Outbound is like you pushing yourself to these people. Okay? Now, what I'm gonna teach is a mix, both inbound and outbound, where you have control of the number of clients you want in a month, which is what is happening to my students. Why? Because when you're doing outbound, you're leaving your prospecting to chance. When you're doing the numbers game, I hate that term, the numbers game, because you're leaving everything to chance. Like sending 100 cold emails, sending these all of these outreach messages, and then hoping that one replies. Okay, but with attraction marketing or seduction marketing, it's gonna be parang more controllable because you know sino yung kausap mo, and you know na gusto mo maging client, and you know mas mataas yung chances mapa-yes mo siya. Okay? So later on tuturo ko yon. Now, I'm not discounting the numbers game. I still do the numbers game. Like in cold emailing, for example, in e-commerce, I used to do that before. I worked as a closer, sales representative for an e-commerce digital marketing agency. I did like 20 cold emails a day, but with my own technique, which is seduction marketing. Okay, so later, if we have time, I'll show you how I do it para sa mga nagko-cold emailing dito. Okay, and the good thing about seduction marketing is since you're building relationships, you no longer see these prospects as numbers. It becomes enjoyable because there's relationships being formed. It becomes more long term because once you build a relationship, you will never know, you can never tell the fruits that it will bear in the future in terms of referrals, in terms of network connections. You can never tell. So as long as you keep building those relationships, it's like planting a seed and then allowing it to grow, and then one day pipitas ka na lang ng bunga, right? Unlike, just doing the outbound, para kang bumabaril blindly ng target na sana may matamaan, right? Parang ang sakit sa feeling ng ganun. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you now what the real definition of seduction is. So I watched this TED Talk by a psychologist named Dr. Raj Prasad. He wrote the book Psychology of Seduction, and I was fascinated with his definition of it. Hindi pa to yung definition, ha? So sabi niya, the heart of seduction is the secret to success in life. I can attest to that. My students can attest to that. So using seduction, you can get almost anything you want in life as long as you know what it is, what's the real definition, and how to use it properly. Okay? So sana guys, pag natutunan nyo na yung mga secrets ko, wag nyong gamitin sa kasamaan at pangbubudol. Okay? Kasi this is a psychology. Okay? It's parang something to do with the mind. It's also a science, meaning it can be learned and there's a system for it. Hindi lang siya chamba-chamba o landi-landian lang. Okay? So what seduction is not, it's not a game of chance, but a set of proven techniques backed by science and technology and psychology. So it's a science that can be learned. So is this getting you quite excited? So seduction is both a skill set and a mindset. That's why I'm big on mindset in my courses and coaching. And it's a very powerful tool, I tell you. Kahit sa MDA, hindi pa yata ako nahuhuli because I use this. Secret lang yun. But again, use it wisely, okay? And the good news is, guys, anyone can learn to be seductive. You don't have to be pretty. You don't have to be charming. You don't have to be good in English. Like what my other students are, hindi sila magaling mag-English. Later, bibigyan ko kayong sample. But you can learn seduction. You can learn to be seductive. You can learn to be attractive as long as you know the real definition of seduction. Napapatakam ko na ba kayo? Okay. What seduction is not? This is not manipulating. It's not forcing. It's not convincing. It's not begging, and definitely not deceiving. So don't confuse this with pickup artists. Okay? So as a relationship coach, medyo off ako sa pickup artists kasi hindi ko gusto yung ganong strategy. Pickup artists is yung tinuturo nila sa mga lalaki yung pare-parehong script, gamitin mo to sa babae, may mga certain touch yan na, parang nabubudol yung babae. And I don't like that. Again, I'm more of building relationships rather than pangbubudol. Okay? Or parang pag-hypnotize, ganyan. Now, let's get to the real meaning of seduction. Seduction is not yung being sexy or being sexually flirty, right? Parang it's it's this. It's so beautiful, okay? Seduction is all about finding out a person's unmet need and then filling it in a way it's never been met before. Okay? So yan yung sinabi ni Dr. Raj Persod. So I'm gonna make himay-himay that definition and connect that and show you how I was able to connect that with the prospecting process. Okay? So first of all, sabi dun sa definition of seduction, is finding out a person's unmet need. So the first step is finding your target market. I do hope as freelancers, you already have an idea who your target market is, meaning who are the people you want to serve? Who are the people who have a particular problem that you can solve? And then find out their unmet need. Yung unmet need na yon is not only their problem. For example, coaches and course creators. You may think that their initial unmet need is, I need more sales, I need more enrollees for my course. You're right, but there are actually other unmet needs that I'm gonna discuss later. So dito tayo ngayon magsa-stand out when we know the other unmet needs of these people. And then dun sa definition, sabi, find out a person's unmet need and then fill it in a way it's never been met before. The fill it equals crafting or creating your irresistible offer. Okay? This webinar is not for that. Maraming mga courses dyan about skills and offers, and I do hope you already know what your offer is and know what problem you can solve and how you can solve it. Okay? And then next, fill it in a way it's never been met before. This is what makes it special. You can always help someone, solve their problem, offer them Facebook ad strategy, social media marketing, funnel building. But how can you fill their need in a way it's never been met before? Dito na papasok yung seduction. And, of course, your unique selling mechanism. Okay? So, again, seduction is finding out a person's unmet need and filling it in a way it's never been met before. Now, the focus of seduction, as you noticed in the definition, it's more focused on the other person than yourself, right? And I want to help you remember that by remembering that seduction is spelled as you before I. Di ba? Nauuna yung letter U before letter I. Tandaan nyo yan palagi when you're talking to a client. It's always their needs before yours. Fill out their needs in a way it's never been met before you expect them to fill your needs. Okay? You before I. Sila palagi mauuna. Kasi nangyayari sa ating mga freelancers, we have needs. We want to make money. We want to earn money. We have goals. We want to travel. We want to buy a house. We want to buy a car. And when you're prospecting, napoproject mo yung needs na yun sa client. Nagiging needy, nagiging desperate, nagiging anxious. Pag hindi ko na-close to, hindi ako magkaka-income. So, puro ako. Right? Kaya kinakabahan, kaya desperate, kaya anxious. Kasi when you're in the first conversation pa lang, the goal is already me and my needs. Okay? But I will give you a simple mindset shift tonight that will remove that anxiety, that will remove that frustration and desperation by simply remembering you before I. So again, find out a person's unmet need, find your target market. Okay? Pinakaunang strategy that I want to teach is the VIC. So I have this strategy or framework pala called the VIC, VIC. What does it mean? Being visible, being interested, and being curious. Okay? Kasi most freelancers na sanay sila hahanap sa mga job sites, online job sites, hahanap ng whatever na parang opening, mag-a-apply, right? But you are leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't do this particular strategy, which sinabi ko kanina is my secret for attracting clients. Na sila na yung may gusto, sila yung nagsiseek out sa'yo. Sila yung lumalapit sa'yo, sila yung nagme-message sa'yo. Okay? It's worked for me when I was a copywriter as well as now, na hindi na ako copywriter, I'm a full-time coach and course creator. It's worked for my mentees and my students. Okay? Just remember, be visible, be interested, and be curious. Okay? So what does be visible mean? Being visible simply means that your goal is to be the top of mind. What does top of mind mean? Ikaw palagi yung nasa isip nila. Kasi lagi ka nilang nakikita. Okay? So in a psychology standpoint, if you've watched 100 Humans on Netflix, there's this episode there that talks about parang inaral nila how people come to like people. And they did an experiment. They showed different faces of different people. And they asked them, who do you like the most? Who is the most attractive to you? And they noticed pare-pareho yung sagot. And what one thing they had in common, yung pinili nila, hindi nila kilala, they just saw pictures being flashed before them. Yung pinili nila, those pictures were flashed the most number of times. Okay? What does that mean? It means the more a person sees you, the more visible you are, the more the tendency they have to like you. And it's a proven fact. It's proven by science because it's already been tested. So again, the goal is to be top of mind by always being visible. Sariah, I'm an introvert. I'm shy. I don't know how to be visible. So that's what I'm going to teach you right now kasi this is also what I did. Okay? So, yung pinakaunang strategy that I do to be visible is cheerleading. Cheerleading meaning finding Facebook groups where your target market hangs out and simply acting like a fan or commenting, engaging in their posts, stuff like that. Okay? All right. So, for cheerleading, mamaya ko na pala di-discuss yung iba. This is the example. So, for example, let's say ako as a copywriter, email copywriting. Okay? I would go to groups na parang copywriting groups. Tapos I would look for not just job posts, but I would look for people that number one I idolize, and then give them likes, hearts, comment on their posts, tell them how I appreciate their posts, what I learned from it, how I transformed. Then, hindi ko muna sasabihin, hindi ako magpe-pitch without any expectations in my mind. Okay? So, the problem is, kaya nagkaka-anxiety, is the first expectation nga is to close the deal. Now, when you're doing this and everything that I'm going to teach, I want you to remember that it's all about the client and not about you. You feel anxiety when you always put I before you. And you also feel anxiety when you always think, kailan ko ipapasok yung offer ko? It's a wrong question. I never want to hear you asking that ever again. Okay? How do you say it's a wrong question, Sarai? Okay, let's do the basics. Very simple. What are the emotions you're feeling while you're asking this question? Kailan ko papasok yung offer ko? How does that make you feel? 'Di ba? When you say, kailan ko kaya pasok offer ko para mabentahan ko siya? It makes you feel what? Anxious right away, may sense of scarcity na baka hindi ko ma-close, then there's fear of losing the client, fear of turning them off, right? So, dun pa lang, you remove your expectations of closing the deal. When you're being visible, the only goal is to be top of mind. The only goal is so that the client can get to know you and get to like you and eventually trust you. Yun lang. Okay? Remember when I said that marketing is just like dating? Okay. So when you're dating, and for example, if my date, yung kanyang mindset is already to marry me on the first date, how would that make me feel if naramdaman ko sa kanya yon na yung goal na niya is to marry me na pala on the first date? Would I be happy about it? Of course not, right? So parang mangyayari nun, I'd be scared. I'd be parang, maybe I'm not gonna see him again. That's kind of creepy. Why? Because I don't even know him yet. So what's the normal way of going on dates? First dates, to be specific. Diba? The normal way, at lahat naman siguro tayo nakapag-date na, guys, diba? The normal way, the normal mindset for first dates is you just go on a first date with what? Expecting just to get to know this person and just to know if I'm interested enough to go on a second date, right? If I'm interested enough to go on another date and spend another 2 hours across this person over dinner. Do we have a lot of shared interests? Am I enjoying his company? Is he someone I'm interested in knowing? That's it. But if I go to a date, always thinking, ito na siguro yung the one ko, gusto ko siyang pakasalan. Oh my gosh, that is so stressful and that is just so creepy and just so not appropriate, right? So ganun din sa getting clients, guys. When you're approaching the client, don't think that this is to close the deal right away. The only purpose is to be on top of his mind and also to know, figure out if siya rin ba, gusto mo rin bang client? Baka naman kasi hindi. And if you can help him and if you're fit. And if you can bring this conversation further. But yung pinakauna lang is just to be visible and then just be interested and just be curious. Kaya Vic, VIC. Okay? So balik tayo sa cheerleading. For example, okay, let's say your offer is Facebook ads. Okay, Facebook ads. So this is how probably I'll do it if I'm a Facebook ads expert. So I'll first figure out who my ideal market is. Who is my target market? Okay, let's say my target market is female coaches. So like me, right? Now I look for FB groups where my target market hangs out. So you can search that on the search bar, parang coaches, or sometimes there are other groups na they don't have the name coaches in them, but you'll just stumble upon them. Like for example, bitches who love wine. Pero sa totoo lang puro sila female coaches. Sorry for the term ha. You get my point. Anyway, once you're in the group, so join the group, then introduce yourself, be visible. Don't pitch your offer right away. So the goal is to make friends, be visible, let them know you're there. Introduce yourself. If you're afraid or shy of introducing yourself, then don't. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select probably one person there or two people. Then I'm gonna comment, like on their post first, comment, and then say something interesting or say something that will compliment them. Okay, why? Remember kanina I told you about unmet needs? Diba? So, hindi lang naman yung unmet needs is to have more money and have more clients. As human beings, the reason why I don't like looking at them at numbers is because when you look at them as human beings, you know that they have needs. And lahat ng tao, may needs yan. Lahat ng tao, gustong kiligin. Okay? So, lahat ng tao gustong kiligin. Okay, mali. So, isa yan sa mga basic needs. Lahat ng tao gustong sumaya, lahat ng tao gustong matawa, lahat ng tao gustong kiligin. So, kahit wala kang experience, hindi ka pinakamagaling sa craft mo, kayang-kaya mo palaging magpakilig, kaya mo magpatawa, kaya mong mag-compliment. Okay? Lahat ng tao, sino yung tao na ayaw kino-compliment siya or nasa-stroke yung ego niya? Di ba halos lahat? Mga hidden need yan. Okay? So that's where you start off. Not with yung akala mong need nila na more clients. Hindi. Kasi ang dami nyo na nagko-compete for that eh. Okay? The first thing you want to do is get them to like you first. Remember, being visible. And according to Facebook, I don't know if this is updated already. Baka hindi na ako updated. But it takes 7 impressions before someone notices you or your ad on Facebook. 7 times paulit-ulit ka makita. And how do you do that? By appearing on their notifications, by appearing on their feed. And how do you do that? By liking their posts, commenting, right? Wag muna kayong mag-PM. Wag muna kayong mag-message. So, in the group, it's a safe environment. Hindi siya creepy na bigla ka na lang mag-message, right? Papabibo ka muna sa group. So, what I love to do is actually answer questions. So, for example, my offer is all about Facebook ads, for example. I'm gonna look at the search bar. Inside the group na to ha, may search posts in the group. Tatype ko FB ads. Okay? Or question on FB. So, pag may mga nag-pop out na questions, I would choose the most recent one. Nafi-filter naman yun kung kailan yung post. Then I would answer those questions. Okay? So remember, the goal is to be top of mind and not to sell. Okay? The goal is to establish a relationship of like and knowing, liking, and trusting eventually. So when you answer their questions, you're actually providing them free value without expecting anything in return. Plus, so nalalike ka nila because you answered their question, you provided free value. Plus, you can also be seen as an expert in that topic because you're able to answer their questions, right? So, hindi na siya something na iba-broadcast mo or ipo-push mo sa kanila, I'm an FB ad strategist. Hindi. The fact that you're answering their questions will prompt them now to ask you, oh, that's great. Thank you for answering my question. How did you know about this stuff, right? So now that they ask, you now have permission to tell them what you do because they're the ones who asked, right? So you see how it's not salesy and it's not spammy and it's so natural by positioning yourself as an expert just simply by providing value upfront, providing value first, having the mindset of you before I, or helping out this target market before I get what I want, which is income, right? Okay. Is it clear? Hindi ako sanay ng walang kausap. Parang inaantok ako. Okay. Michelle, salang ka nga lang muna. Inaantok ako eh. Let me know if they have questions. Hindi ko kasi nakikita eh. Guys, comment naman kayo para may kasama naman ako. Ano, Michelle? May questions na ba sila so far? Wala
Hello.
pa
I'm here. So far, wala pa akong nakikita. But ayan, meron na tayong 40,000 viewers.
Oh, hello 40,000 viewers. May question ba kayo about cheerleading so far? Hi, Miss CJ. Ikaw, Miss CJ, may question ka for me.
We're intently listening. Super
Okay. Ayan. Baka kasi naantok na sila eh. Kinakabahan ako.
Okay lang yan.
Okay lang yan.
40 million na tayo.
Okay. Yes, 40
Go
million.
lang.
Yay, ayan. So, reminder lang again, guys, wag na wag kayong magko-connect na with the mindset of closing the client. Why? Because it's like saying, I don't know who you are, but I want to marry you. Kapag a message nyo, hey, I'm Michelle. I'm a sales page copywriter. Want me to write your copy? Para siya, hey, I don't know who you are, but I want to marry you. Parang ganun siya eh, di ba? So, tandaan nyo lang yun, guys. Huwag kayong creepy. Okay? Alright. So, the problem yun nga, we have the wrong expectation of closing the deal. We don't know the client yet, but we want to marry them or close the deal. Okay. Tip number 2 sa cheerleading. Okay? And being visible. Being interested and being curious. So, tapos na tayo sa being visible. That's by being visible in Facebook groups. And it's free. Diba? You can also do this in LinkedIn, guys, by the way. You can do that in LinkedIn. Another way you can be visible is by, hindi lang actually sa may kwento ako dyan eh. Hindi lang sa target market eh. So, dati nung nagka-copywriting pa ako, nagfa-fangirl ako kay Chris Haddad kasi dating relationship niche yung yung target market. So, Chris Haddad is the most well-known sales page copywriter of sa dating niche. So he has sold over $23 million for a single ebook dahil sa kanyang video sales letters. So the way he writes copy is very compelling. So I always fangirl on him, like when he has lives, ganyan, nanonood ako. So I stalked his profile until way back 2017 pa and watched all of his videos. Kasi meron siya doon free video na nagtuturo siya how he does his sales letters, his video sales letters. Tapos talaga nag-take notes ako. And then nag-comment ako. 2017 pa tong video na to, guys, ha. And take note, hindi ko siya ideal market. Idol ko lang siya. Okay? Pero connected pa rin siya kasi pareho kami ng market. Okay. So, I just commented out of, purely appreciating him. Sabi ko, hey, Chris, thank you so much for this free training. It's been 5 years ago, but it's still so relevant. And I would just like to say I'm a big fan because I'm a newbie copywriter for the female dating niche. And what you taught is just so awesome and so useful to what I do. Excuse me. So, talaga puro excitement, di ba? So, yun din, use emotional words that will parang trigger their excitement din. Or make them feel kilig nga, like what I mentioned. Ito na. So, no expectations, as in, fangirling. Wala ako in-expect. Hindi mag-reply siya, hindi pa nga niya ina-accept friend request ko eh. So, anyways, so, after like maybe 3 days, okay, I get this friend request from Brian Casingena. So, if you're a copywriter, you know who he is. Kilala mo ba siya, Michelle? Si Brian Casingena ba? Casingena. Siya, no, podcaster siya. Casingena, oo. Fangirling ka rin sa kanya, di ba? Sa ano siya, what's the name of his podcast? Copywriting Geniuses of Copywriting. Sobrang ka-close niya sila, Bond Halbert, yung mga anak ni Gary Halbert. Tapos, basta sobrang galing siya. I got a friend request. Tapos, buti nila nag-check ako ng filtered message kasi di ba pag hindi mo friend, pag nag-message siya, pupunta sa filtered. I checked my filtered messages and lo and behold, he had a message in my inbox. Si Brian C. ha, at ako ay newbie copywriter without experience. Take note guys, walang experience. Kakatapos ko lang ng MCM noon, yung Miguel Campaner Copywriting Program. So ito na, ako medyo ang puso ko. Nag-message sa akin, bakit? Tapos binasa ko. Sabi niya, I saw your comment on Chris Haddad. So close pala sila ni Chris Haddad. I saw your comment on Chris Haddad's wall. Lumabas kasi 2017 pa, pero nag-up siguro sa feed ni Chris Haddad. And I see that you're a copywriter for the female dating niche. I'm actually interested in getting someone to do my FB ad copy. Is that something that you can do? Tapos nakita ko parang, oh my gosh, 3 days ago niya pa to sinend, tapos hindi ako nagre-reply kasi nga nasa filtered ko. So mega panic ako, di ba? But no, syempre papayami tayo. So, nag-reply ako, in-accept ko friend request. Sabi ko, hey Brian, thanks so much for connecting. Tapos yun, sinagot ko na yung tanong niya. I was honest. Sabi ko, I don't do FB ad copy, but I used to have an e-commerce store where I did my own FB ad copy. So I have an idea about FB ad copy compliance. And I'm also a copywriter for the female dating niche. So I might be able to help you. Kasi ang offer niya, ClickBank dating offer, parang kay Chris Haddad. So, malakas loob ko, kahit wala ko experience, sabi ko, aaralin ko na lang to. Di ba? Aaralin ko to at i-impress ko siya. So, ang akin lang, I want to build that relationship with him and see how I can help him. I was not bent on impressing him. Di ba? I told him I don't have experience in that, but how can I help you? Parang yun ang yun ang mindset ko. How can I help this guy? So, sabi ko, I think with my experience in the female dating niche and since I know a bit about FB compliance and FB ads, since I wrote my own FB ad copy when I was in e-commerce, I think I can help you with that. Can you give me more details about your project? So, send na siya ng sinend niya yung kanyang ebook. Not the ebook, but the sales letter, for the video sales letter for the ebook. And yun na, parang ginamitan ko na siya ng aking frameworks and seduction. And I got it. So, isa siya sa mga pinakauna kong clients. Okay? And then my other premium client, also a big-time copywriter, ClickBank dating products din. Wala rin akong experience, but I got that. Later, pag may time, I'll discuss how. But my point here, guys, is it all started from being visible without having any expectations. Be visible in your own network. Here, in OFF, napakarami nyo. How can that help me, Sariah? For example, bibo ako. Lagi kong nagko-comment kay Michelle, lagi akong nagko-comment sa group. Tapos, so, eventually, malalaman nila na what I do, kasi siguro nakikita nila kaya dapat optimize din profile nyo, guys. Kita nila yung cover photo ko na I'm a copywriter. Eventually, when you form these relationships, let's say me kay Michelle, right? I can refer Michelle to someone kasi I turn na because she built a relationship with me. Uy, may kilala ako magaling na sales page copywriter, si Michelle, di ba? So, anyone can be your bridge. And don't just focus on your target market. Also, mag-cheerlead kayo sa mga tao na fina-follow ng target market nyo. Do you get my point? Like me with Chris Haddad. Diba? Same kami ng target market. Then, I did not expect that a big-time copywriter would reach out to me. Actually, if I count, parang 3 big-time copywriter na yung nag-reach out to me just because I'm always visible. And I always appreciate people. So one of my styles is, if not on their page, what I do is on my profile, I would share something they taught, share their video, or share a quotation and tag them and thank them. And I get a lot of, not a lot, but I get quality leads from there. Kasi na ano sila sabi ko nga sa inyo, unmet need na gusto ma-flatter, gusto ma-compliment. Okay. So, one time, this big-time copywriter din, na nag-attend ako ng niya, sa American siya, nag-attend ako ng free mentorship niya, ng free challenge niya, okay? And then, ginawa ko talaga, I made him feel good. Like, hey, Ryan, I really appreciate this. You know what? I'm up at 3 a.m. just to attend your challenge every day, and it's time well spent. It's sleep worth losing because what I'm learning is so priceless. O, diba? Mga kinern. Kinabukasan, nasa email na niya yon, kinote niya. Kinilig! Kinilig! Tapos nakita ko sa email newsletter niya, kinote na niya ako na this girl from the Philippines is even up at 3 a.m., just to attend my training. Okay, so I built that relationship with my mentor na just, appreciating him for giving this for free. And guys, it was genuine. It's not budol. It's not pambobola. I just love appreciating people and making them feel good, especially when they're giving free value. It's the most I can do. It's the least I can do for them, I mean. Anyways, after like probably 6 months, I think, wala na kami communication. But I think I always stood out to him. Bilang the girl from the Philippines who stayed up until 3 a.m. just to listen to him. So he reached out to me and he said, "Oh, I've been seeing your posts and I see that you're no longer a copywriter, but you're actually helping freelancers, with their client getting. That's amazing. That's awesome." So siya naman ngayon yung nagko-compliment sa akin. And yeah, we had this small chit-chat, small talk, and then he offered me something. Like, sabi niya, I was planning on building like a Netflix for freelancers, and I was wondering if I can get you to be one of the content creators in there. Like, get your course in there. But this is like a future project that I'm just planning on, sabi niya. Tapos yung iba, oh my heart, di ba, Michelle? Oh my heart! sobrang kilig, pero di tayo nagpapahalata. Yung parang, oh my gosh! Diba? And that was just because I was visible, I was genuinely appreciative of him. He never forgot me. Guys, remember, top of mind. It's so easy to be top of mind if you're genuinely appreciative and helpful, giving value. Even if you're not giving value, just keep on appreciating people, and it will give you lots of things that you didn't expect in return, right? Lots of opportunities will open. Marami pa akong kwentong ganyan, actually, where I was able to get big opportunities to work with big names in the industry, even here locally, just because I built relationships. And of course, kailangan may value ka din. 'Di ba, Michelle? Hindi naman pwedeng nang bubudol lang tayo. So, kailangan i-build mo yung relationship na yon, pero may makukuha rin sila sa'yo. 'Di ba? Kailangan i-up level mo rin yung skills mo. So, me, I don't want to tell you how much I spent on mentorships. Pero more than 6 digits na yun combined. But it's all worth it. Why? It's not just the course, it's not just the mentor, but their network that I got and the relationships that I built. So whenever you're in a course, whenever you're in a program, network with the people inside. Cheerlead. Right? So, kagaya sa course ko, yan, si Michelle can attest to that, right? So, we have this network of really cool people, yung mga students ko, and they're helping each other out. Like, so crazy when you see how they're helping each other out, referring people to each other. Like, the abundance is there. Di ba, Michelle? Can you to that? Can you agree with me on that?
Oo naman, sobra. Sabi ko, nagsasalita ako, naka-mute pala ako.
Naka-mute ka pala.
Yeah, super. From within pa lang kasi we are already building a genuine relationship. 'Di ba? So from within, tapos nagma-manifest at nagma-magnify siya from within. So talagang I can attest to that also. Sobrang nakakatuwa. Hindi siya yung guys yung tipong parang lip service lang or yung parang sige, papakabait ako dito or magiging friendly ako kasi kailangan ko siya or something. But you can really feel yung tipong parang nasiseduce ka dun sa sarili mong team. Parang ganun. So yes, very true, very true.
Yon. Thank you so much, Michelle. So, natutuwa ako kasi my students inside my course, they're very, they're really so helpful kasi nga, yun yung tinuturo ko yung giving value without expecting anything in return. And when they do that, to each other pa lang, ang dami na nilang na-refer sa isa't isa, sa totoo lang. Yung network pa lang na yun, I only have 80 students in my batch 2. But ilan lang din doon yung active sa GC, but my gosh, the opportunities that they give each other, and hindi lang yun yung, the boost, yung when you're down, diba, someone to pull you up, yun din yun guys it's the network. Your network is your net worth. So it's not just about looking for clients and numbers game and, lead generation. I've never used the term lead generation in any of my courses or mentorships before. Parang first time ko yata gamitin yung term na yun sa isang webinar. Because I just don't like the term lead generation. It's like, it's so manufactured. It's parang factory na nag-generate tayo ng leads, right? But I want to say build relationships and expand your network. And, treasure and strengthen those connections. And they will bring you such long-term results. And you don't have to be an extrovert. Diba, Michelle? Tayong dalawa introvert tayo.
Super. Di ba? Unang nagkita if face-to-face, dalawang introvert. And remember how I told you na, Coach, kausapin mo ko ha. Kasi ako nabubuhay ako. Kahit hindi kinakausap kasi sobrang introvert talaga. Tapos, ayun nga. But, guys, totoo lahat ng sinasabi ni Coach Sariah. And then, witness ako kasi I'm, na-experience ko mismo yung, course. And then, within the team as well. Grabe yung referrals from within. And also, meron ng mga nagbe-build ng agency. Kasi, dun na lang kinukuha din na, kailangan ko ng ganito. Minsan, nagiging inactive, not because there's no more engagement or something, but dahil sobrang busy na sila at sila na yung umaayaw na magka-client. Parang,
true.
Opo, sinasabi na, Coach Sariah, meron akong ganito, may nagbo-book, pero parang ayoko siyang kunin kasi I'm sure na makukuha ko siya as a client. Hindi ko na kaya.
Baka ma-close ko. Kaya si Denise, sabi niya, Coach, natatakot na ako mag-prospect kasi baka ma-close deal ko sila. Kasi napapayas ko talaga sa chat pa lang, napapayas ko.
Diba?
Fully booked na. Sabi ko, ang ganda ng problema nyo. Sana all.
True.
Diba? So, thank you so much, Michelle, for attesting to that. So, yun talaga, guys. That's how you do it effortlessly. Without anxiety, without stress. Just genuinely build relationships. It sounds like it takes a long time because relationships do take time. But as I mentioned, they are going to be your steady pool of referrals. They're going to be the ones sometimes even hiring you, right? Like my team, all of them were my former students, my copywriter, my social media manager, my TikTok strategist, right? Lahat sila mga former students ko. And because they also built relationships with me. Hindi sila nahiyang magsabi sa akin na, Coach, how can I help you? Coach, do you need help with your emails? Coach, do you need help with your social media? Coach, do you need help with your TikTok? Coach, I saw your TikTok, walang videos. Pero yung kaisa-isa mong video, napakadaming views, tapos may potential to be like this and that, without expecting anything in return, without pitching anything. They just told me na, Coach, ito yung potential, sayang right? And what will I reply to that? And what if sinabi nila, Coach, can I apply to be your TikTok strategist? No. Hindi ako interesado sa TikTok, sorry. Ganun talaga reply ko. I'm sorry, pero hindi ako interesado. But what did my TikTok strategist, Rose, do? So she's also my student. In-apply niya sa akin yung Art of Seduction. Natutunan niya sa course ko. Di ba, pinainom sa akin ng sarili ko medisina, sabi niya sa akin. Coach, I saw your TikTok. Ang laki ng potential. So ito yung number of views, ito yung number of ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. And kung dadagdagan natin ng videos yan, ganito, ganyan, ganyan, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Based sa alam niyang data. Ako naman, that's interesting. Sige, tell me more. Tapos, hindi niya agad natanggal yung resistant kasi ako sa TikTok, guys. Kasi nga introvert ako, ayoko nagsasayaw, ayoko nagtuturo-turong ganyan, kakanta ka. Ayoko talaga. Like yung YouTube ko, ang tagal bago ako na-convince gawin yan. And it was just so I can give more free content. But anyway, how Rose did it was it was not about her and what she could do. It was not about, Coach, I'm a certified TikTok strategist. Coach, I already had this wala pa siyang experience, no clients. First time niya mag-reach out at itry yung pagiging TikTok strategist sa akin. It was all about me and what she saw, the opportunity that I was missing out on and how she can help me. Coach, ano bang challenge mo? Bakit ayaw mag-TikTok? Ayoko magsasay, wala akong time mag-edit, hindi ako nag-download ng TikTok app, isa lang video ko doon, pang FB ads pa. Sabi niya, Coach, ganito. Ako mag-i-edit, ako lahat. Just, mag-record ka, simple lang, bibigyan kita ng topics, bibigyan kita ng prompts, wala ka nang iisipin. Record ka lang. Tapos lahat binibigay niya. So, sabi niya, I can offer this to you for free. Gusto ko lang mag-practice. Diba? Not expecting anything. She was just after helping me. Pero syempre ako, ayoko ng free. So, hindi ako pumayag na free, diba? So, nagka-client siya. And because kahit nabaguhan siya, I know her limitations, tanggap ko yun. And we learn together. So, I have suggestions. Sometimes, Rose, baguhin mo to, ganyan. Right? And she does that. But most of her suggestions actually work. And you know what? From 18 followers when she started with my TikTok channel, now I have almost 1,400 in less than 2 months. Diba? And Rose had such a big imposter syndrome starting out because no experience, total newbie, almost about to quit. Kasi parang wala nga masyadong TikTok strategists, diba? But what did she do? She focused on me, my need, the problem, the unmet need. The unmet need is my anxiety with TikTok. Paano niya yun matatanggal? Okay, doon lang siya nag-focus. Tapos, saka na natin tingnan yung numbers pag nandyan na tayo. Let's give it a shot, right? If you don't like it, then don't pay me. Ganda, di ba? So, what I'm saying, guys, is yung network, doon siya nagsimula. So, bukod sa Facebook groups, this is another tip that I can give you guys. If you're starting out, let's say you're a Facebook ad strategist, wag ka munang, let's say, don't niche down yet. It's okay to niche down, yes. But what you need is to apply your skills right away. What you need is to validate your offer right away. And you cannot validate if you don't get a client. You cannot get a client if you don't go out there. You don't talk to people. So my tip is start with your own network. Let's say you're a Facebook ad strategist. What problem are you trying to solve? Okay, so think deeply, what problem are you trying to solve? Okay, so I can help e-commerce stores increase their sales through my Facebook ads. So as long as they have a Shopify store, as long as they have a budget for ads, I can probably offer my first services for free para lang, just to get my feet wet and prove that I can help someone. Ganun muna, right? Kung walang experience to, guys, hindi yung mga may experience na. Now, start with your own network. Guys, sino dito yung may online store na may budget for Facebook ads? Na naghahanap ng more buyers for their product. Kailangan ng more buyers or more views in their Shopify page. Or baka may kilala kayo na may ganun, na may Shopify store. Baka may kilala kayo nag-i-e-com. I'm offering my service for free for the first 3 people who will comment down below. Guys, kung wala pang pumatos nun, ewan ko na lang. Diba? So, pwede rin naman kung ayaw nyong free, pwedeng sabihin nyo, okay, no payment upfront, pero pag kumita na, I get 5% commission. Pwede rin ganun. Depende sa inyo yun. Wala na yun sa scope ng lesson natin today, okay? But my point is, hindi nyo pwedeng sabihin mahirap kumuha ng clients. As long as there are people you can help. Ang dami niyan sa network nyo. Sabi sa inyo, network namin, 80 students lang. Pero di na sila magkanda umayaw sa referrals. As long as you're visible in your network, they know that you're the go-to person for ads. Diba now Rose, because of her results with my TikTok, she's now being sought after by other people in her classmates. And another coach actually hired her. Diba? O diba? O diba? Wala pa 2 months yun. So, because she built that genuine relationship with me, and I was really touched because si Rose was financially not doing well that time because her whole family got sick. Alam niyo naman yung bills natin kapag nagkasakit, diba? And she offered it to me for free. So, walang scarcity doon, walang scarcity mindset, just coming from a real place of genuine help. Because coach, sayang eh. Sayang yung potential ng TikTok mo eh. She just genuinely believed that she can help me. She didn't have to be the best TikTok strategist. She didn't have to be experienced. She only had to know a bit more than me about TikTok. And then she's learning along the way, right? So that's how you overcome that imposter syndrome. Just think na, okay, kahit papano I know more than my client when it comes to this. And kahit papano I know I can help them with something. Huwag kayo magpalunod sa experience, qualifications, and certifications. That doesn't matter. So in the standpoint of a client, what matters more to the client? Can I trust this person? Can this person help me? Is this person really concerned about my business? And you can do that by building a relationship first. Okay? Yan. So, meron bang question so far? Parang tahimik nyo ha. I hope dahil nakikinig kayo at hindi dahil tulog na kayo. Anyways, it's okay. Sanay na akong ganyan. Later on, siguro marami kayong questions. Anyways, so next tayo. Be interested. Yan. Oh, ganda ng takeaway ni Michelle. You only have to know a bit more than what your prospect knows. That's how you overcome. Exactly. Remember guys, I got like 3 premium clients even without experience. Just by genuinely showing my excitement working with them, showing them how I can help them with my qualifications na kahit hindi connected, pero alam ko na important skills like magaling ako mag-research, madali ako matuto, I'm a faster na ganyan. Then, parang associating myself with people na alam kong idol din nila na, yeah, I also follow ganyan. So, pinapakita ko na, maalam ako sa subject kahit wala ako experience. Anyways, punta tayo sa next. Be interested. The most important first thing to do before dates, job interviews, or client outreach is this: research. Sounds boring, but this, guys, is my magic bullet. Okay? This is my secret. Okay? So, would I have had that kind of compliment to Chris Haddad if I did not research about him first, stalk his profile, watch all his videos? No, right? So, take the time. Once you know your ideal market, zero in on a target. Parang dating, di ba? Pero bago mo i-approach yung target na yon, make sure to do your due diligence and research all about that person. Why research? Because that will be the content of your initial message. Okay? Hindi ka makaka-compliment if you don't know how to research. So what will you research about? Search their social media, their Facebook, LinkedIn, websites. Look for something interesting to comment about. So that's your first touch base. That's your first touch point. Look for something interesting to comment about. Kung wala kayo makita, look for their posts in the group or whatever. Look for their posts on their personal profile or page. Look for something interested that resonated with you. And then genuinely comment. I-like nyo na rin or i-heart para lumabas kayo sa notifications nila. And then genuinely comment. Thank them, appreciate them, right? Like what I did. Okay? Research is the key. Yes, Facebook user. So Now, if you're applying for a job, like let's say VA, usually application process siya. It's not that you're like getting your own clients pa, diba? It's an application, like a job interview. This is also applicable, guys. If you're in the job interview type of getting work or online jobs or clients, you research the requirements for the job. From the requirements, make an inventory of what you can do and qualities you have that match those. For example, let's say their requirement is 5 years experience in digital marketing. Let's say experience, parang kailangan magaling magsulat ng content, ganyan. Okay. Na kunyari wala ka pang experience as a social media marketer. Pero, nung college ka, writer ka sa school paper. Or, you love parang you love going into groups and engaging people, ganon. So, look for strengths that you have, experiences you had in the past, that are related to those requirements. Huwag kayo agad panghinaan ng loob pag nakita nyo experience is required. Guys, nakailang apply na ako sa nakalagay na experience is required nang wala akong experience pero nakuha pa rin ako. Bigyan ko kayo example. Okay. So, for example, yun nga, bagong ano pa lang ako, tapos ko pa lang ng copywriting program ni Miguel. So, no experience. Apply ako sa isang email marketing agency. Okay? Requirement, at least 1 year experience as an email marketer, knows Klaviyo. Okay. Wale, ngangers, 0. X ako dun sa dalawang yon. Okay. Pero I badly wanted to work there because I wanted to learn email marketing. Okay? Working to learn ang goal ko doon. I wanted to work muna para matutunan ko yung email marketing kaysa sa blindly gagawin ko siya mag-isa. So, what did I do? I researched. Okay? I researched about the company, found out na yung owners ay bagets pa, 24 years old. Found out that they're very proud about their company culture, that it's very fun to work there, that they have high-end clients like biggest e-commerce names in e-commerce, Steve Ang, etc. And so on and so forth. So I used all of that. I remembered all of that. And even yung client reviews nila binasa ko, what their clients can say about them. Then I created a video resume. Okay? So one more tip is, guys, if you want to be top of mind, you have to stand out. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the best copywriter, social media marketer, FB ad strategist. Remember Rose? She's not the best. She's not even experienced, right? You only need to stand out. And how can you do that? By not doing what everyone else does. Everyone else submits resumes with the same format. Everyone else submits cover letters with the same boring, formal, templated format, right? Change it up. Make them remember you. Make yourself stand out by making them feel an emotion. Okay? How do you stand out? Simply by making them feel an emotion. Remember the kilig, the landi. Landiin nyo yung presentation nyo. Okay? Make them laugh. Make them say, wow. Or make them say, kakaiba to ah. And they will remember you, kahit hindi ko yung best. So what did I do? I submitted a video resume. In-imbibe ko yung culture nila. Na young, vibrant, excited. Hey, I'm Sariah, and I'm so excited to come across this company, and I saw your company culture. Wow, I can definitely see myself working here. So fun. And I saw that your clients are such big-time e-commerce giants. Saying so many good things about you. Totally can see myself working here and contributing to your company, because e-commerce, I just love, as a former e-commerce business owner myself, I love this industry, and I believe that we should continue helping more e-commerce businesses scale their business, because especially now during the pandemic. So mga ganun, diba? So align yourself with them. Make them feel that you're excited to work with them, right? Wag yung, hi, I'm Sariah, I'm an email marketing specialist. Please hire me. Okay? O ganon. So, I cannot do that without researching. Okay? So, I got into the next round. Okay? So, obviously, my video resume stood out, got into the final interview. During the final interview, ito na yung question. Okay? The make or break question. Do you have an experience with Klaviyo? Anong sagot ko? I don't have an experience with Klaviyo. In fact, I've never been an email marketer before. I do, however, have access to one of the best email marketing courses with access to my mentor who gives me constant feedback. Plus, what I can tell you is I'm a fast learner. Give me 2 weeks, I can study that. Because, so bigay ako ng proof na I can do that. When I used to work as a VA writer before, without any training, my client just, asked me to write for real estate agents in the US without any training. And I was able to do that. Just researching on my own. Within 2 weeks, I was writing and I was actually doing a good job. And less than a year, he promoted me to team manager of the writing team. So I managed my own team of writers. I created my own KPIs. I created my own system based on what I learned from trial and error. And eventually I was able to train a team of writers with what I learned. So I think you need someone like that in your company. Do you agree? Di ba? So kailangan mapayes mo sila. Yung mga maliliit kang tanong na mapapayes, I think you need someone like that in your company. Learns fast, you don't need to babysit, you don't need to teach them, don't need to constantly monitor them. I think you need someone like that in your company. Don't you agree? So, be bold enough to ask them that. No, wala sa'yo, di ba? And I think it impressed them, right? I got the job. So I got I think 3 clients, even without experience. Sabay-sabay yun. Siyempre, nung nakuha ko na silang 3, may experience na ako. So, yun na siya. And then I had to quit eventually because I needed to do this full-time. Coaching freelancers. Kasi mas kailangan ako dito. Anyway, that's a different story. So, did you get that, guys? I hope my experiences help you na you don't really need to be the best. You only need to build relationships and to stand out. And then research is the key. Okay? Any questions so far? Sabi ni Juvie, Coach CJ, naalala ko coaching natin yung madami mas magaling kesa sa akin din yung sinabi mo after. Ano kaya? Na-curious ako sa sinabi ni Coach CJ. Binabasa ko yung sa Facebook group. Alright, tuloy na natin. So, again, focus on the client's needs and how you can help them, not on what you lack. Remember, Rose? If nagpakain siya sa imposter syndrome niya, she would never have approached me at all. She would just have said, wala akong experience, hindi ako obra kay coach. I just sit in a corner, and magpapakalunod na ako sa imposter syndrome. But instead, she approached me and focused on my needs and asked me, do you want me to help you? Diba? You don't have time to do that. I have the time. I can help you do that. Okay? Focus on the client's needs. Seduction is all about meeting their unmet needs in a way it's never been met before. How can you meet their needs? And that doesn't have anything to do with their experience, speaking good English, being attractive, having certifications, diba? Or even kung saan ka nag-aral, wala. It's all about how can you meet their needs. And one of the ways you can do that is by asking them the right questions. Okay, I cannot discuss all of those questions here, but maybe I can give you a sample later. Okay, so I just like to talk briefly about confidence. Kasi baka sabihin nyo, coach kayo kasi ang confident nyo na dun sa video resume nyo, parang confident. Hindi din. Sobrang kaba ko din nun kasi nga, wala akong experience sa mga kalaban ko, malamang puro may experience na yung nag-a-apply. Diba? Saan nyo kinuha yung confidence nyo, coach? Ito yun. Real confidence comes from knowing that you bring value. You need me. So I'm not looking at it as just a job. I'm looking at this as a partnership. I have something to bring to the table. And that is my being a fast learner. You don't need to supervise me. I can learn anything. Kahit wala akong alam sa Klaviyo ngayon, Give me 2 weeks. I'll be so good at that. And true enough. Pero of course, hindi siya fairy tale ha. Siyempre, I had failures, ganyan. But the good thing about that, ginawa ko, nag-build ako ng relationship with my manager. Super bait. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, please guide mo lang ako Tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. Tapos correct mo agad ako. Tapos inaral ko talaga yung mga LMS modules on Klaviyo. Pinractice ko siya. Sabi ko sa manager ko, mag-Zoom call tayo. Mag-run through ko yung screen ko. Look, tingnan mo lang if I'm doing it right. Okay? Feedback, guys. Feedback will give you confidence. So, if you have a mentor, good for you. Ask them for feedback. That's what I did before I submitted my email samples to my first client. I asked Coach Miguel, my mentor in copywriting, for feedback. And that gives me confidence. So it's very important also to have a mentor who will give you feedback. So maswerte kayo dito sa group na to. You have CJ. You have a lot of coaches here. Okay? And again, always think they need you. You don't need them. Guys, ito pa. Mind hack para mawala yung inyong scarcity mindset or fear of being rejected or losing a client. Okay. So, si Michelle. Michelle, if you don't mind, ilang taon ka na?
Oh my God. Yan ang sagot eh.
30s? Ganon. Sabihin mo, 30s?
22.
Na.
20s. Late 20s. Okay. So, Michelle, di ba late 20s ka na? Sakay ka na lang. Di ba, Michelle? Sabi ni Coach CJ, 22. Okay. Coach CJ, ano ka lang butt in ka lang kung gusto mo, Coach. Para
Sipot-sipot lang, ganun.
Sulpot-sulpot ka lang, Coach. Okay. Kunyari, 22 years nang nabubuhay si Michelle sa mundong to. Michelle, nabuhay ka naman nang wala yung client na yun, di ba? Oh, so bakit sobra kang anxious at parang naguguho na yung mundo mo nung nag-no siya sa'yo. Oh. Nabuhay ka naman nang wala siya ng 22 years. What's the difference? Diba? Kasi may mga nababasa ako, guys. I'm sorry pero ewan ko kasi pag limiting beliefs talaga, hindi ko talaga yan inaano. I mean, alam ng mentees ko to. Pag limiting beliefs, meron pa akong whip. Not sexy, gaganon pa ako.
Oh my God. Yes.
Naka-dom outfit pa ako. Tapos, papaluin ko yung limiting beliefs nila. Diba? May mga nababasa ako. Ano kasi, yung in-applyan ko, parang, nung sinabi niya, nag-usap na kami, nag-discovery call na kami, tapos biglang sinabi niya, I don't need you, or I don't think I need this right now, or parang, hindi yan yung kailangan ko. Grabe, na-depress ako ng 3 months. Ayoko nang magbumalik ng prospecting. Sobrang talaga, discouraged talaga ako dun, Coach. Ay, papaluin talaga kita. Di ba? Ilang taon ka na buhay nang wala yung client na yan? Bakit madidepress ka bigla dahil lang nag-no sa'yo? Di ba? So, instead of thinking, I can't live without them, excuse me, think, I've lived blank years without them and I can survive without them. Right? Ganun siya. Tapos, they need me, I don't need them. Okay? Never ever be desperate for a client. Never do everything for a client just because you're desperate. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Parang jowa lang yan, sabi ni Coach CJ. Correct! Ilang taon ka na buhay nang wala yung jowa mo, pag naghiwalay kayo, huwag mo sabihin end of the world na. Mabubuhay ka pa rin nang wala yan. Okay? Make sense, guys? Alright. So, remove the desperate mindset, being needy, and the scarcity mindset. Nabuhay ka nang wala sila, mabubuhay ka pa rin. Kaya huwag kang ma-depress, huwag kang ma-frustrate. And sometimes it takes 100 no's before you get one yes. That's a fact of life. Even the best marketers get that and know that, and they expect that. What difference? Anong difference mo sa kanila? Ikaw, nag-quit ka kaagad sa pangatlong no pa lang. The best marketers, bumibilang yan ng 100 na no, and they embrace that as part of the process. How can I become rejection-proof, Coach? Mag-ipon ka ng 100 na rejection. Mag-ipon ka ng 100 na no. By the time na naka 101 ka na, matigas na yung sikmura mo sa no. Hindi mo naiiyakan. Okay? So, think of it as a lesson. Okay? Imbes na sabihin mo, I suck, hindi ako pang freelancing, ayoko na, ang hirap. Okay? Think, okay, bakit kaya sila nag-no? Anong pwede kong improve? Huwag mong personalin. Or, baka hindi lang kami fit, hindi lang kami match. Okay? And normal talaga yun, na mas marami mag-no kaysa sa mag-yes. Hanggang wala ka pang 100 na no, huwag mong sabihin sa akin na you wanna quit. Okay? Danasin mo muna yung 100 no's mo, okay? And embrace that. That's part of freelancing. That's part of sales and marketing. Part of business. Okay? I cannot count how many business attempts, business failures, and successes. Probably nearing 20 na different types of businesses. I've been to network marketing. I've been to corporate. Ang dami ko nang naranasan. Freelancing, online jobs, and I cannot count the number of no's that I've had, but I never took it personally, right? Never take anything personally. Remove your emotions from the equation and accept rejection as part of the process and make it a learning point for you instead of dinidibdib mo siya. It's not going to do you any good. Okay? And focus on knowing their needs and giving value instead of, yung kawawa naman ako, na-reject ako. Huwag ganon. You before I, isipin mo, ano pa bang needs nito? Di ba? Si Rose, muntik ko na-reject yan kasi ako talaga mag-TikTok. Pero nag-focus siya sa need ko. Sabi niya, Coach, kung sabihin ko sa'yo ako na lang mag-i-edit para wala ka nang aalalahanin. O di ba, attractive enough yun sa akin. Sige, let's try it. Tingnan natin. Sabi ko, wala namang mawawala, di ba? O ngayon, from 18 to 1,400 followers in less than 2 months, di ba? So, because she focused on giving me value and knowing my need instead of focusing on what she lacked. Yun pa guys, don't focus on what you lack. Focus on what you already have. Focus on your existing experiences na marirelate nyo palagi. And remember, I told you to research on the requirements and connect it with your previous experience. Kahit na kunyari, Amazon Seller VA, product sourcing, wala kang experience. Nung bata ka, mahilig ka magbenta. Sa classmates mo, bibili ka ng yema, gagawa ka ng yema, tatanungin mo sila anong gusto nilang flavor, magsasource ka ng ingredients, pwede mo i-share yun. Maalala ka pa ng client dahil shinare mo yung childhood story mo. Na I'm a natural-born seller and I can source products, I can source suppliers because when I was young, I actually remember blah, blah, blah. I used to source this from ganyan-ganyan and my classmates loved it. Nako, sabi sa inyo, you will be remembered kapag may ganun kayo na kakaibang experience na you're able to connect with what they're looking for. It's not the experience they're looking for. It's actually yung character mo. What you bring to the table. And it doesn't necessarily equate to experiences. Sometimes it can be your previous experiences na kahit hindi related sa job. Sometimes it can be your character. Yung sa akin nga, yung pagiging fast learner, yung pagiging able to connect things and actually create my own KPIs and stuff like that, right? So, huwag kayong paghinaan ng loob. Pag sinabing experience needed, try nyo pa rin. And then do your best to stand out, ask them for what they need, and connect it with your previous experience, okay? Makes sense, guys? Now, this is my favorite. Don't come to a call, an interview, with a mindset of an employee, with a mindset of an applicant. Always come to a call or, a conversation with a prospect with a mindset of a consultant or a doctor. A consultant is someone who, sige, tell me your problems and I'll tell you how I can help you. Or a doctor is, okay, let's see your symptoms. Let's see what your problems are and I'll see if I can come up with a correct diagnosis. Diba? Hindi siya, binibenta mo yung sarili mo, no. Let's just see what your problems are. Just tell me everything. Diba? Do you go, ito Mitch ha, diba, kakasabi mo lang sa akin, nagagaling ka sa doctor. When you go to a doctor, Mitch, do you look for their diplomas? Do you look at their wall and say, Doc, saan na po yung mga diploma nyo? Saan na yung certification nyo? Saan kayo nag-aral? Doc, ilang taon na kayong doktor? Ganon ka ba, Mitch, pag nagpapa-check up ka?
Of course, no.
How do you choose a doctor?
Nire-research ko muna.
Mhm.
So, as
And
in,
what
planning ako.
do you rely on parang reviews, referrals, ganon?
Number one yung referral. Kasi pagka,
Mhm.
syempre, kilala mo na, at saka nakasalala yung buhay mo doon, di ba? Kasi health mo yon. So, sa akin number one talaga yung referral, and then someone who's like, have known that doctor for quite a long time, and not only, alam mo yon, kilala yung doctor, but yung may track record na, okay, he's done this surgery before, and so far, 1% lang naman yung fatality, hindi, joke. Alam mo yun, okay naman siya. So, yun, that's how I look for a doctor.
Right, 'di ba? So it's really trust-based marketing. Kaya nga sabi ko, guys, rely on your own networks. Kasi for example, si Michelle, 'di ba? I built a good relationship with Michelle. Michelle, do you know someone who needs help with their e-commerce store? Maybe I can give them a boost through FB ads. Yeah, ito, sige, pakilala kita sa friend ko. Sige, please, Michelle. So, papakilala ko ni Michelle sa friend niya. Hi, CJ, may kilala pala ako. Do you need help na maano yung sales mo sa e-commerce mo? May friend kasi ako, magaling na FB ad strategist. So, si CJ ngayon, dahil pinagkakatiwalaan niya si Michelle, mas malaki yung chances na kunin niya ako because she will take Michelle's word for it, right? That's why it's so important to build trust in relationships. Start with your own network. Start with referrals. Can you refer me? May kilala ka ba? Baka pwede kong matulungan. Ganon. And tell them exactly what results you can bring to them. Okay? Then, number 2, pag nakaupo ka na sa doctor's clinic, di ba hindi mo naman hinahanap yung mga diploma nila sa wall? Ano agad yung nangyayari? Tatanungin ka na ng doctor ng questions. Di ba? Pag upo mo ba, Michelle, kunyari ang nirereklamo mo, masakit puson mo, right? Sasabihin ng doktor ba na, Michelle, I actually graduated from Harvard in 1999 and then took my PhD in ganyan and my fellowship in Australia. And I've had clients in the past. I have patients in the past who I have successfully helped to, remove the pain in their uterus or whatever. Gumagano. Di ba hindi naman? Anong unang ginagawa ng doktor pag upo mo?
Syempre, interview. They ask questions.
Exactly.
Diba? And then, bago pa sila magbigay ng prescription, dinadiagnose muna nila ako.
Yon. So, kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, it's the questions that matter, not your qualifications, di ba? So, balik tayo kay Rose. I like using Rose as an example kasi walang experience talaga di ba? Ano lang talaga, coming from a place of help. Nagtanong lang siya sa akin, Coach, bakit, matanong ko lang, may TikTok ka pero bakit wala masyadong videos? So, nag-open na ako na I really don't like TikTok. Bakit? So, sinabi ko na yung problema ko. It's time-consuming. I don't see sense in it. I don't know if my market is even there. I don't want to waste time on it. I don't want to dance, sabi ko. Utang na loob. I don't want to do all those trending stuff. So, she now deepened the questions pa. So you believe na you have to dance in order to be trending? Kasi actually, Coach, pwede namang hindi mag-dance. Alam niyo ba yun? Di ba mga ganun na? So, parang sa doctor, tatanungin ka muna niya, ano yung nararamdaman mo? What are the symptoms? Nagde-diagnose ba siya agad, Mitch? Di ba hindi rin? The doctor will ask you to go to a number of lab tests, right? And papalalimin niya muna. Tatanungin history mo. So, ganun din sa inyo. Huwag kayo agad-agad mag-diagnose na, ay, client, ito problema mo. Okay? Kasi, nakaka-offend yun, guys. Lalo pag hindi pa nila kayo kilala at wala pa kayong relationship. Ito, big tip. Never ever diss a client's business. When I say diss, it means point out their mistakes, point out what they're doing wrong, right? Remember, yung si Rose, hindi naman niya sinabi sa akin, Coach, do you know that you're leaving money on the table when you're not using TikTok? Ano ma-feel ko nun? Parang, pakialam mo ba? Alam mo ba magkano kinikita ko? Di ba pwede ko siya sabihan ganun Kung tatanungin mo agad, kung yun na agad, kasi ang dami ko nakikitang freelancers ganyan. Magme-message, cold message. Hi, I just noticed that you have a Facebook page but only the likes are only ganyan. Do you know that you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you're not using Facebook ads? Pakialam mo ba? Ano ba alam mo sa akin, di ba? Parang ganito lang yan, guys. Nyari, ako, I love using my classic example ng baby. Nyari, ako ay mom, newly born, may baby ako newborn, may lumapit sa aking stranger, sabi sa akin, uy, Sariah, ay, alam agad pangalan ko eh, no? Uy, alam mo ba, napansin ko lang, concerned lang ako ha. Ang payat ng baby mo, siguro kulang yung gatas mo. Ito, libreng malunggay capsule, free na sa'yo na, para dumami yung gatas mo. Kakaawa baby mo, payat eh. Ano ma-feel mo nun, Mitch, pag sa'yo ginawa yun? Stranger, lumapit sa'yo at sinabing gano'n.
It's like total no. Black out agad. Nakaka-turn, ano ka? Sino ka? Hello?
Exactly. May wall agad. Sorry, may resistance agad. Why? Good intentions naman, right? Libre pa yung malunggay capsule. Bakit? Why? Why would we be turned off? Kasi walang trust. Wala pang and you don't know me. Why are you, I will feel judged. Ba't mo ginajudge na payat anak ko? Sinasabi ba na wala kang kwentang ina? Di ba ganun? So, guys, when you're offering your free audit, sometimes it comes across like that. So, not all free lead magnets and free audits should be offered right off the bat. Especially if you're pointing out parang things that you notice na negative sa business nila. Okay? Now, let's change the scenario. Let's say, Mitch, kumare mo ako. Lumapit ako sa'yo, same wordings. Pero magkumare tayo, inaanak ko yung baby mo. Kumare, Mitch, pansin ko lang yung inaanak ko parang medyo pumayat nung pinanganak mo naman yan, medyo may laman eh. Okay pa ba milk mo? Kasi alam mo kung may problema ka sa milk, re-refer ko sa'yo tong malunggay capsule na inumin mo. Tsaka lactation cookies, gift ko na yan sa'yo. How would you feel would you still feel the same na offended? Parang no, may wall. Ang kumare na nagsabi.
No, different na siya. Kasi kumare na may relationship na. Kilala ko na. So, I'd be more welcoming. Sasabihin ko pa sa kanya, uy, baka naman pwede mo bigyan ng isang box na yan.
O, di ba? Ikaw pa hihingi. Kasi, you trust this person, kaya mo nga kinuhang ninang ng anak mo. You trust that this person cares about your child as much as you do. And cares about you too. And, kahit na nung sabihin niya, you know that it's for your best interest. That's the same, guys, when you're offering anything for free. Never, ever assume that the business owner needs it. Why? Because number one, they have a sense of pride. They've established this business for years. Dugot pawis nila yan. So for a total stranger to come up and tell them what's wrong with their business is just totally inappropriate and offensive for them as business owners. Okay? So I'd like to call this the ninang level. Kailangan ninang levels ka muna sa kanila before you provide your free audit, your free diagnosis, or your free whatever. Okay? Later, I'm gonna give you a classic example that I always share of one of my students. Paano niya to ginawa in such a smooth way with such a high-ticket client. Okay? Some of you have attended my webinars before. Baka nakita nyo na to, pagpasensya nyo na. This is for those na hindi pa to nakita. Okay, kay MJ. Anyway, so balik tayo sa ninang level. Ninang level means don't be a stranger approaching them with a free something or an audit. Yes, Sariah, sabi mo give value. Yes, pero may timing yun. If you're a stranger, that would just be totally inappropriate, offensive, or creepy. But if you've built that relationship first with them by taking the time to research about them, taking the time to compliment them, taking the time to actually small talk and make a few conversations with them. Kung takot kayo sa small talk later, tuturuan ko kayo. Magkakaninang levels kayo, kahit 2 messages lang, manininang level. Believe me, this is what my students have been doing. 1-2 messages, ninang levels na agad. And the client, parang si Mitch sabi niya, yung client na mismo yung humihingi. I will demonstrate how this happened to you guys. Kita nyo na it's really possible na. Yung client na yung humihingi. And yung client na nagsasabing, are you for hire? Please. Gumaganon na. Ganun ka sexy. So, ninang levels muna, okay? Alright. Don't try to impress them, guys. Just help them. Minsan sa sobrang trying hard natin to impress, kung ano-ano binibigay, ano-ano sinasabi, you're not listening. Ask questions like a doctor and listen. Don't listen to reply, kasi sometimes we listen with a reply right away in our heads. We fail to really take in kung ano yung sinasabi. Listen to learn more about them before you reply. And then reply based on what they last said. Not on your list of questions, on your DC list of questions on your survey, or SMIQ mo, single most important question. No. You listen and then you ask questions based on what they last told you. It's the same with relationships. Believe me, this is what I also advise my clients in relationship coaching. When I look at their chats, okay, kasi your chat is not listening to the last thing your partner said. Diba? So everyone wants to be listened to. That's one of the unmet needs of people. Listened to, validated. Okay? Later, I'll show you an example of that. So, nasa mindset pa rin tayo. So, ito na yung question. So, what am I gonna ask Sariah? Ask about their pain points or their bleeding neck, their challenges, what keeps them up at night. What are their goals and why are they not yet there? Why, parang si Rose, di ba? Why don't you like TikTok? Why are you not using it? Is there a problem? Ganyan. Okay? Prepare questions, but let them do most of the talking. So, dito rin mawawala yung kaba. Guys, when you're so used to asking questions, kahit na saan social gathering, kunyari, socially awkward kayo, hindi kayo mahilig mag-small talk, this is my hack. I just simply not focus on myself para hindi ako maging self-conscious. I simply ask the person a lot of questions. Lalo na ako medyo mataas na tao, tas parang nanliliit ako, I show them that I'm interested in their life, and I ask them questions, and from my questions, syempre sasagot, magfo-follow-up question ako sa sagot nila. And ayun na, buong gabi niyan magsasalita. And I don't feel socially awkward anymore. Plus, the person feels good because they feel that I'm interested in them. Plus, I learn more about the person. Plus, I don't even need to talk about myself, right? It's just them talking about themselves. So do that to your clients, guys. So prepare questions, but let them do 80% of the talking, okay? Why? Because that's an unmet need. People love being listened to. Believe me. They love being complimented. They love talking about themselves. And it removes the focus from you, from I, to you. So you before I. Kasi tanong ko lang ng tanong questions and you get the ammunition to now, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, maling question yung paano ko ipapasok yung offer ko. That's a wrong question. When they start opening up these challenges and problems to you, like I did to Rose, Rose didn't even need to pitch her services. All she had to say was, do you want me to help you with that? Do you want to try? Diba? I can help you. I think I can help you with that. Do you want to try? Sige nga, Rose, try natin. Diba? Daling usapan. Kasi napakita niya sa akin yung value. Diba? And she asked me the questions. And she knew what my challenges were. Alam kong hindi niya ginagawa to para ipagpilitan yung services niya sa akin. Ginagawa niya ito dahil nakita niya yung opportunity for me na namimiss out ko that she helped me see by asking me the right questions, right? Okay, baka nakakagat na ni Rose yung dila niya. Hindi niya alam na pinag-uusapan siya. Okay, so ito yung mga techniques. If you're a newbie without experience, offer a free trial month like what Rose offered for me in exchange for a testimonial or give a free audit. Again, the free audit kapag ninang levels ka na. Hi, Cherry Bell. Helpful tips. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad that you found it helpful. Then focus, guys. Please do not focus on the premium rates. Okay? Please stop obsessing about premium rates. I want you to focus on just giving results. And stop thinking that you have to impress them with your certifications, your achievements, and portfolio. Simply focus on giving results, especially if you're a newbie. Okay? Don't focus on kailangan premium. No. Premium is just a byproduct of being able to consistently and confidently give results every single time. Remember that. So it's not like something you aspire to. It's just simply a byproduct. What you should aspire to is to give results to your clients, period. Kasi ang dami ko naririnig, ay, nag-freelancing ako kasi pwede daw premium agad, pwedeng 6 figures agad. I hate hearing that. Sorry ha, pero I just hate it when people think na freelancing is 6 figures agad. It's not that. 6 figures is a byproduct of giving 7-figure results to your clients. Can you do that? Okay, can you do 7-figure results for your clients? Then stop obsessing about the 6 figures. Wala ka pa dun. Kung kaya mo na magbigay ng 5-figure results sa clients mo, then probably you can get 5 figures, 4 figures in dollars in dollars. Kung kaya mo na magbigay ng 7-figure results, then that's the time you can think about getting a 6-figure income. Okay? So the reason why you're so anxious about becoming a premium freelancer is because you have never, ever given results, but you're focusing on premium right away. Okay? Giving results doesn't mean na kailangan nandun ka na, magaling ka na. Remember Rose? She gave me results first before siya nagsabi na this is how much I charge. Because that gave her confidence. Sabi ko, Rose, give me a proposal na. No, I just want to prove something here, coach, na I can give you results. That's it. Then saka na lang ako mag-charge kapag confident na ako na I can give results. And now she gave me results. And now other people are hiring her. Diba? Kasi hindi siya nag-focus sa, ay, mag-charge ako kay coach ng $1,000. Diba? She just focused on giving me results. And now I can confidently refer her to other people who she can now charge. Right? It will come, guys. It will come. Premium will come. But what I'm teaching you is this premium mindset first. Before you get the premium rates, you have to have a premium mindset, and it doesn't come easily. It takes months of rejections, months of tweaking, months of optimizing, months of validating your offer, months of offering it to people, and months of focusing on just giving results. And it will come sunod-sunod kapag na-validate mo na yung offer mo. Okay? So sorry if I'm so blunt on that and serious about that, but I think it's something that has to be addressed. Kasi nahahype yung ibang tao about freelancing, thinking it's all about 6 figures, when it's really not. You have to start really from the bottom. Okay? And the bottom doesn't mean 6 figures agad. But it doesn't mean that you stay there. That's what's great about freelancing. Unlike employment, when you start at this, that 20 years na, baka yun pa rin sweldo mo, right? In freelancing, yes, you start at the bottom. Sometimes you start giving it out for free. But believe me, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you can already charge premium. Okay? That's what's been happening to my students. Why? Because they did not focus on charging premium off the bat. Nag-freemium muna sila. Nagbigay muna sila ng free kasi nakafocus sila on giving results. Okay? And compiling and validating those data. So guys, rejection is a redirection. May nagsabi kanina. Rejection and failure is also data. It will give you data how you can tweak your offer. Okay? I think I'd like to share how my student, one of my students did it. Coach CJ, may i-share akong bagong screen ha. Ibang ano kasi to ibang slide. Sorry. Last na to, sorry, nag-overtime na tayo. Okay lang ba? Okay lang ba, Coach?
Okay na, okay kami. Tingnan mo, hindi kami bumibitaw. 40 million pa rin naman.
Thank you, 40 million. I love you. Thank you, Coach CJ. Ayan. So, I'm sure some of you recognize her. She's MJ. Okay. Coach MJ Tapia. So Coach MJ Tapia, she used to be a social media manager, but I think she now transitioned to becoming a brand strategist. So sabi niya before, she was shy, had low self-esteem, and failed grammar tests more than 15 times. I'm very uncomfortable to send out messages to strangers. I'm scared to approach rich and influential people, and I'm also scared that I won't be able to deliver clients' expectations. Sounds familiar? But after applying Sariah Seduction techniques, I was able to close a deal worth 7 times my salary as a call center agent with a former US presidential candidate lang naman at former Miss America din yun. Now my clients are the ones who want to know me more and want to book a call with me. Ay, ang yummy! Sabi pa niyan sa akin, Coach, dati, before I took your course, 95% scene zone rejected ang messages ko. Ngayon, 95% replies. Tapos, ang dali nilang mag-yes. And to think she was so self-conscious about her English. Kaya hindi siya kumukuha ng foreign clients. So, her first international clients, she approached me for help. And this is what happened, okay? So, MJ was never confident with reaching out to an international market because she was not confident with her English. Coach na siya, but she was humble enough to admit this. And I love MJ for that, being so humble and vulnerable. And yun. So, that because of that, I was able to help her. But she was able to get the attention of a former US presidential candidate and former Miss America, making her, yung former presidential candidate, want to go on a call with and hire MJ in the first few messages. Want to see how she did it? Okay, let's see how she did it. Okay, so this is her first message. Sorry if it's a bit small. I'll just read it, okay? So, first thing she did was research about the client. So, she watched all of her videos, looked at the Facebook, looked at the social media profile, and really binged watched. Kasi inspirational speaker tong prospect niya. Okay, so sabi niya, hey there, I've watched your video on YouTube, Move Like a Maverick, blah, 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 yung title. And I'm starting to become a fan. So research and compliment, number one, then use emotional words, right? Starting to become a fan. Next, and when you ended your talk with the piano and drum beats mixed together, I felt joy, and you blow my mind. You're the first speaker I saw that played piano on stage. How amazing is that? Again, use emotional words that will make them feel kilig. Like, I felt excited, I'm a fan, I love your brand, you're amazing. Ko-commercial break lang ako saglit. Yung emotional words na yan, nagamit yan ng isang student ko ngayon sa batch 2. He's a food photographer, and he was actually able to get 2 of the biggest names in the Filipino ngayon na green and pink daw, sabi niya. So green and pink, Grab Food and Food Panda. Yes, coach. Nakuha niya. Grab Food and Food Panda. Sila lang naman ang clients niya because he used daw yung natutunan niya sa seduction marketing course. Now, use emotional words, ask them pain questions, show them you're excited. He just stood out. Although magaling si Rico, but we know how big a competition there is in the photography industry, right? But he stood out because he simply used these techniques that I'm teaching you for free right now. So use emotional words that will make them feel kilig. I felt excited, I'm a fan, I love your brand, you're amazing, ganyan, di ba? Parang ginawa ko kay Chris Haddad, right? Kahit hindi si Chris Haddad nag-reply sa akin, pero still brought me to a ideal client. Next, and above all, your purpose is not the thing that you do, but the thing that happens in others when you do what you do. And your supernatural confident path for you in advanced statements made me think deeper and made me appreciate myself more. Your video made my day. What did she do here? This is something I also teach in my course. Align with their vision. Make sure that they feel that you're a perfect match for them because you're aligned with their vision. So they have a deeper vision and cause and mission. Why are they doing their business? Meron niyang deep vision and mission and cause. Find out what it is and then align yourself with it. Kaya nga importante that you're very clear with who your ideal market is. Hindi kayo yung parang sinasabi sa Facebook ads na bobo method na target everyone. Why? Kasi hindi nyo alam paano mag-align. Kung hindi pa, hindi targeted yung market nyo. Tell them how they made an impact on you. Next, sabi niya, with that, I would love to thank you, Jade, and I hope that you will impact more people And I also want to share with you something. So thank them, appreciate them again, Ninang levels, guys. This is how you do the Ninang levels. So appreciate them for making an impact on you and for helping others. So they stroke their ego na, I really appreciate how you help people. Remember yung comment ko kay Chris Haddad. I appreciate you're giving this out for free because it helps new copywriters like me. Diba? Works all the time. Now, sumisegue na siya, nagninang levels na siya sa first 3 paragraphs niya, segue na siya sa free lead magnet niya. Okay. I know, guys, anuhin nyo yung first words niya dito sa sentence na to. I know you might not need this anymore. Okay, so use humble language. Never assume that they need what you have or what you're offering. So other terms can be, I don't know if this is appropriate. I'm not sure if you still need this. Okay. So before nyo i-offer, lagyan nyo ng ganong phrase. So parang kay MJ, I know you might not need this anymore. Be very humble about it. Don't assume that they need it. Okay. I just want to give it a chance. This is my first non-conventional ebook that helps some of my friends to have dynamic and engaging content. It's the 365 days of social media post ideas. So she gave something of value for free. But before that, she made sure na ninang levels muna siya by aligning herself with the business, okay, with a mission. Next. Thank them for their time. Thank you so much, Jade, for your transforming and enlightening talks. To God be the glory. So thank and end with a compliment. So sandwich, start with a compliment, end with a compliment. Okay? Want to know how the client replied? Let's see. So ito na yung reply ni client. MJ, thank you for reaching out directly. That means the world. With the virtual presentations that are pre-recorded, it's hard to know if the message is still resonating, so notes like yours really help. As well, thank you for sending the social media calendar. My team and I are revamping, in social media, and we just decided to find a good calendar to use until we hire a new manager. So you are behaving as a godsend today. Thank you for taking the time to reach out. Please do stay connected. Much more inspiration coming your way. Be blessed. At this point, anong mararamdaman nyo kung kayo si MJ? Siyempre, kikiligin ka, di ba? Pero si MJ, bumalik sa akin. Kinabahan. Yeah, Coach, ang ganda ng reply ng client. Hindi ko na alam sasabihin ko na starstruck ako, Coach, sabi niya. So she asked for my advice, and this is what I told her. So kahit saan, guys, clients, relationships, MMDA na nanghuli sa inyo, pag emotional ka, huwag ka munang mag-reply agad. Okay? Number one thing you do, MJ, analyze mo yung message niya. Analyze it. Don't read to reply, read to learn and understand. Then alamin mo ano yung mga pain points. Extract the pain points from her message. Doon ka mag-focus by deepening it and asking more questions about the pain point that you extracted in her message. Sabi niya, thanks, Coach. Buti na lang lumapit ako sa'yo, kundi ba kung ano-ano na naman yung na-reply ko. Okay? So, balikan natin ang message ni client. Before I give you MJ's reply, let's do an exercise. So, guys, can you comment dito? Sige, kunyari kayo si MJ, what pain points and challenges can you identify in this message? Sige, comment kayo dun sa comment section. What pain points and challenges can you see in this message ni client? Okay, so para tipid tayo sa time, yan, i-highlight ko na. Yes, si Lauren. So, revamping social media. They're revamping. Hard to know if messages... actually, this is actually a compliment to MJ. Dun sa mga compliment ni MJ na. Thank you, MJ, na kinompliment mo ko kasi hindi ko alam kung nag-resonate pa yung mga videos ko. It's good to know that my videos are resonating. But it's actually not the main pain point. Gets nyo? Yes. So, sabi ni Lawrence and ni Michelle, revamping social media and they're looking to hire a new manager. They need to hire which means wala silang social media manager right now. That's the number one pain. So the one highlighted in yellow is the pain. My team and I are revamping social media and we just decided to find a good color till we hire a new manager. Tapos the one highlighted in pink is the compliment. That's why you're acting like a godsend today. Thank you. Saya, di ba? Okay, now, with that in mind, sabi ko, MJ, validate first kung ano yung mga sinabi niya, what emotions ang naipakita niya, validate those emotions, then deepen the pain, identify the pain, and deepen it with questions. So ito yung reply ni MJ. Hi Jade, my heart leaped for joy or emotional language when I read your message as really I'm not expecting a reply. Indeed, among the most important things in life are the connections we make. O, diba? May pa-etchos pang ganun. Also, I'm glad to know that my social media calendar landed on time. So, validate yung pag-thank you ni client kanina, vinalidate niya. Ito na, yung deepening the pain. Okay? Jade, you're already a successful speaker and musician. I'm pretty sure that your online presence is already outstanding. If I may ask, why do you need a social media revamping? Kita nyo, hindi siya nag-pitch. Uy, nag-hire ng social media manager. Jade, can I apply? Walang ganon, di ba? Just deepen the pain. Deepen it first and allow them to open up to you. Okay? So, nakita nyo rin dito, another hidden tip here is, there's this, I forgot, is it in NLP? Basta it's something in neuroscience na mas madaling kumuha ng sagot na no sa mga tao in sales and marketing. I forgot, there's an author who taught that, I forgot, but it's easier to get a no than a yes. So, craft your messages in a way na no yung magiging sagot. Example, sa ating mga Pinoy, parang naman di mo na kailangan ng ano. Parang ang ganda mo na, di mo na kailangan ng facial. Uy, hindi, kailangan ko pa rin. Di ba, hindi yung sagot? Example, dito sa ano ni MJ. So, it seems like you're already doing well on social media. So, I don't, parang, do you still need social media revamping? No, we actually do. Di ba, parang gets nyo? No yung sagot. So, imbis na ipupush mo yung sarili mo, na, uy, sige, hire mo ako. Parang, i-reverse psychology mo na, mukhang okay ka na naman, parang di mo na kailangan. Ano usually yung sagot doon? Uy, hindi kailangan ko. Di ba ganon? So, gamitin nyo yun. Okay? Yan yung ginawa ni MJ dito. Okay? Galing, di ba? And I'm also curious, deepening the pain, that now that you don't have a manager spearheading your social media, how do you keep your online presence? Deepening the pain, di ba? Parang, so, ngayon na wala kayong social media manager, paano ginagawa nyo? Curious. Be interested. Be curious. Walang pitch. Deepening the pain by asking questions, right? Okay, so then compliment, validate emotions. The prospect showed, be humble, compliment their business before asking about their pain. Yon. So give them pleasure, compliment before asking for their pain. Mukhang okay ka na naman eh. Ano pang problema? Gets, guys? Give them pleasure, compliment them before asking for their pain. Be curious and start asking questions that tie to their pain and desired result. Anong gusto mong resulta? Anong bang goal mo? Okay? Okay, let's see what happened next. So, ito na yung reply ni client. I shouldn't have used the word revamp. I just mean we need a plan for continuity. That's where the manager comes in. We have had different members of our team handle it at different times, and we really need one dedicated person to do it. Your timing is perfect because we decided that in the meantime, we'd simply create a content calendar and use it until we find the right ongoing person to hire. Thanks is opening up about her challenge and pain without effort and resistance. Ninang levels na eh. Diba? Hindi siya na-offend if MJ is asking about it. That's the ninang levels, guys. So, ito na yung reply ni MJ. The calendar I sent was a generic one you may use and abuse. So, ito na yung tinatanong nyo, kailan ko isa-segue yung offer ko? Never. Yan yung sagot doon. Tingnan nyo na nangyari. Once the client feels comfortable opening up their challenges, you can now position yourself as the solution. not pitch your offer. Simply bring up their problem by asking the pain questions, deepening their pain. When they're opening up to you, position yourself as a solution. Remember what Rose did to me? Diba? Basahin ko yung reply ni MJ. Maybe Jada could give a little help. So ito na, positioning herself as the solution because the client already opened up a problem to you. So it's no longer awkward to position yourself as a solution. Instead of going straight to the pitch, which is awkward, spammy, and salesy, feels icky to both parties, diba? This one is the more natural and better way of doing it, okay? So look, let's see how she did it. I saw your video on IG about an upcoming crash course for women. In regards to that, I created some creatives and templates that you can directly use, edit and post in your FB and IG. So more value. So I want your message to reach many hearts. And if this act of mine could help bring even one soul to your event, ops na sobrahan, I will be very happy. Okay? See what she did there? Alignment. I want you to reach more clients. I want you to reach more people. I want you to inspire more people. Therefore, I want to help you. Diba? Parang si Rose. Coach, marami ka pang marireach sa TikTok. Sayang. Diba? Hey, and she's right. So, next. Eto na, pinaka-yummy na sagot ni client. Okay? MJ, is this what you do? If you're for hire, let's talk. See what I mean? Attraction marketing. Na-attract na si client sa kanya. The client was the one asking if she was for hire. Okay? And hindi pa nagtatapos doon. But wait, there's more. I so appreciate your pro bono work kasi nag-offer ng isa pang free si MJ yung templates, di ba? But being an entrepreneur myself, ito na yung sinasabi kong pride and ego nila. I can only accept one freebie. It's in my spirit to pay creatives what they're worth. Your work is eye-popping and just what we are looking for. Please send us your full business contact info to me directly at, then binigay pa email niya. If you're interested, I do love to have a conversation. Client yung nag-invite sa kanyang mag-sales call, mag-discovery call, sorry. Okay? The client felt she can already trust MJ because MJ provided so much value and asked about her challenges and gave a solution. Sinong business owner ang ayaw ng ganon? Diba? Never ever pitch. With seduction marketing, you will never ever have to pitch ever again. So, tuloy natin yung tanong ni client, yung response ni client. My prayer is that the right people fall into my lap, that I don't have to spend hours, weeks, and months scouring the earth for the right fit. Let's talk. 3 beses niya sinabi yung let's talk ha, guys. Daman niyo ba yung excitement ni client? Ako damang-dama ko. She even offered to pay for the free sample. See, pag nakita ng clients ang value nyo, they won't accept free. They would want to pay for it. And I've had lots of students and mentees who've experienced this. They offered something for free, hindi pumayag yung client, binayaran because nakita yung value nila. Why? Because they did not focus on the premium rates. They focused on giving results and giving help. See? And I'll use a few ones of these right away. So no need to sell yourself. So that's it. I hope marami kayong natutunan doon. Teka, stop share. So, in conclusion, so yun na yung last. So sorry, sobrang nag-overtime. I just wanted to share that to demonstrate to you how it actually works in real life and how it's done. MJ did not use any scripts. It was all just a shift in mindset. Just that simple shift of me giving you value, asking you questions, not being desperate to close the deal, not pitching my offer, diba? And just simply showing you that I'm interested in what you do, that I'm aligned with what you do, that I want you to be more visible to your audience. That's why I want to help you. MJ never even said, can I apply for your social media manager? Total may vacancy kayo? No. The client was the one to ask her, are you for hire? Because naramdaman ni client yung value. Did the client even ask for MJ's experience, guys? May nakita ba kayo doon? Wala. The client didn't even care about her experience. The client just simply felt I know this person can help me, right? And siya na mismo nagsabing, are you for hire? So that's it for my presentation. If you have any questions, now is the best time to ask them. Thank you.
Yay! Awesome! Super value pack. Sobra, no? Libre lang yun talaga.
Of
Full
course.
content. Thank you,
Pwede
Coach.
rin magpa-Gcash. Pwede kong bigay Gcash pa. Joke!
Yeah, all right. Okay, now is your turn, guys. So thank you. Do you have any questions? First of all, let's give a round of applause. Sobrang maraming salamat sa
Thank you.
sa oras, sa energy. You could have been in another place right now, Coach, at pwede ka namang natutulog, di ba? Or relaxing because it's weekend. You could have been watching Netflix or just spending time with your loved ones. But you shared your time, your knowledge, and your energy with us. You know, we know that, time hindi na natin yan mababalik, di ba? So, thank you for sharing the time na hindi na namin maibabalik, for giving us all you've got and all your energy. Naramdaman namin na wala talagang no holds bar, ika nga, di ba? She gave it her all. Parang walang secret yon. Talagang sobrang galing. And ayan, nag-uumapaw na ang ating mga, nag-iingay na ang comment section. Ayan, learned a lot.
Thank
Sobrang
you.
galing. Thank you so much, coaches. More trying to digest. Ayan, so, while we are waiting, generous ni Coach, yes, no? Grabe, ang dami ko rin nagulat. Ang dami kong natutunan talaga ngayon. And I think we're very aligned ni Coach. So, hindi ko na ulitin yun. Ang dami. Siguro mag-isang oras pag nag-recap ako ng lahat ng golden nugget. So, thank you. And also, thank you din kay Sis Michelle for being the bridge. Like she mentioned a while ago, di ba? Coach Sariah is not in my inner circle. I didn't know her until tonight. But Michelle was the bridge. Like, oh, pwede ba tayong magkaroon ng ganito? So that's the connection right there. It's a real application. Now, we know her now and she's now a part of Online Filipino Freelancers and now you know her. Marami magre-replay. Usually, Coach, marami talagang nagre-replay kasi minsan talagang may gawain, nagluluto or may client in between. Pero nagugulat kami minsan talagang pagdating ng replay maraming. So, are we allowed to like keep the recording for maybe a
Yes,
few
of
days?
course.
So,
Of course.
ayan. So, ano ba to? Meron ba to? Do you have an offer or do you have any
Is it okay to promote my free challenge?
Yes,
I actually
please.
have, like, I'll share na lang uli my screen para makita nila yung link. So this is actually it's free. It's totally free. Okay. So this is a free 4-day challenge that I'm gonna have next week, sakto, on Tuesday. So it's called Attract Your Ideal Client 4-day challenge. So yung sinabi ko sa inyo is just the mindset shifts and just having that initial conversation. But I'll also be teaching in the 4-day challenge things like how to optimize your profile, how to find your ideal client, na aligned sa'yo, where to find them. So I just taught you one strategy, which is Facebook groups. I will also teach other strategies na yung iba hindi masyadong alam, na kasi yung iba alam lang Upwork, ganyan, Fiverr. Doon magtuturo ako sa challenge saan pa pwede maghanap ng clients using my frameworks.
So, yung sinabi ko sa inyo is just a mindset shift and just having that initial...
Naririnig ko sarili ko. Ayun. Tapos day 3 is attraction marketing. I'm gonna teach all about yung how to create value posts that resonate with your market, paano kayo mag-cheerlead, ano yung mga pwede nyong gawin para mapansin kayo, ganun, and stuff like yung mga parang elaborate ko lang yung mga tinuro ko na kanina. So, yun yung mahabang version. And then, day 4 is initiating conversations in Messenger. Actually, ituturo ko din doon, pero yung parang iba-ibang scenarios na. Like, for example, kapag mag-a-apply ka or kapag sa LinkedIn, ganun. So, that is just one way, pero marami pang ways to initiate conversations on Messenger without sounding creepy and desperate. Okay? So, how to register? You need to register for this challenge because it's happening in a private group. So, you need to register. That's bit.ly/capital AOS for Art of Seduction. So, capital AOS, then small letter challenge. So bit.ly/AOS challenge. Please register there and then wait for the email nasa email yung instructions, yung saan sasali na private group. Doon mangyayari yung challenge next week. So why is it free? Because it's my birthday on Monday. This is my birthday blowout. So I'm turning 40 on Monday and life begins at 40. So in
Halata,
order thank you. In order to celebrate, I'd like to help more freelancers with their careers and with getting clients. So guys, I hope to see you next week in the challenge. Kung nabitin kayo dito, doon ko ibibigay yung iba pang stuff.
Correct. Ayan. Happy birthday, Coach!
Thank you so much!
Ayan. And anybody guys, yung mga mentees ko, pwede bang, ay Coach, pakita ko mo ulit yun para
Ay,
can
sorry.
Can
Sure,
we
sure.
put the link again? Ayan,
Okay.
i-share mo na rin ni Sis Michelle. Ayan, iwan muna natin siya dyan para makita nila as we close. Ayan.
Okay.
So unahin muna. So thank you guys, ano kayo dito, I highly, alam niyo naman, actually hindi ko alam kung alam ni Coach Sariah to, pero it's very rare that, teka lang, tanggalin ko lang yung nakapin. Sana yan? Ito na lang muna pin natin. Ayan. It's very rare that we invite coaches here because ako talaga personally inaalagaan ko yung community, no. Yun nga, so hindi kami, parang a lot of people wanted to collab with off. Alam yan ng mga ibang tao na parang, and usually I really say no to them. I don't know why. Kasi talagang sobrang mapili ako. Kumbaga, pihikan ako sa mga taong kasi syempre this community is very dear to me. So hindi lahat ng actually may mga nagtatampo nga kasi parang I'm sorry, I have to decline, parang ganung stuff. We have about 200,000 mentees or students here or members here in this community. So ganun kalaki. So when they see off, parang it's a very nice opportunity for them to to have an offer and blah blah blah. Pero sometimes I look for the energy talaga. Parang if hindi swak yung energy, usually I decline. So alam niya ng mga members dito na very picky ako pagdating sa pag-say yes. So bihira yung mga ganitong opportunity, kaya grab nyo na yan guys. Hindi kami ganun ka ano talaga. Ayan. So ayan yung link, no, it's posted also on the comment section sa mga magre-replay. So definitely
Thank you. Thank you, Coach
free,
CJ.
diba? Free pa yan ngayon. So imagine the value that there's nothing to lose here. What you can only invest is your time and your energy and your effort. So yeah. Yan.
Thank you. That's so good to know. And ako kasi talaga I'm on a mission to up-level Filipino freelancers, not just in money-wise, but mindset-wise. Yung, para maiba naman yung breed of, pag sinabing Filipino freelancers, hindi na VA lang ang tingin. And no offense to VAs, pero hindi na yung tingin lang $4 per hour. But in order to do that, we have to up-level the mindset. And I'm really glad, Coach CJ, that you gave me this opportunity to share this message to people. So, ayun. And this challenge is really for them. It's not really for me, but it's really for them. Kasi hindi ko siya maituro lahat. Ito nga 2 hours, more than 2 hours na. Ang dami ko pang gusto ituro eh. So, I figured, let's just do a free 4-day challenge na, sige, boost natin lahat doon. So, thank you, Coach CJ, and thank you, Michelle, for introducing me to Coach CJ then.
Yes. Oh, Michelle, final words from you before we give the closing remarks or parang final words ni Coach Sariah. Pero ikaw muna na minsan.
So, ayun guys, gaya nga ng sabi na ni Coach CJ, both Coach CJ and Coach Sariah, please do take advantage of this challenge kasi minsan lang to. Minsan lang mag-birthday sa isang taon si Coach Sariah. And full pack na ito na 2 hours nga lang for this session, diba? Ang dami ko na nakikitang comments na talagang may alam mo yun, napaka-yummy na. So I did drop the link below yung for you to be able to join the AOS challenge, and I promise you, yun talaga nag-promise talaga ako kasi no holds bar, alam mo yun, this is gonna be epic. So please do join us.
Yes, Coach Sariah, if you have any final words before we end our webinar.
Yes, very simple lang, dahil ang dami ko nang nasabi. Guys, I know na this all sounds nice, but until you apply it, this is nothing. So, the best thing that you can do tonight, tomorrow, apply it right away. Isipin nyo na paano ko to ma-apply. Mag-isip kayo ng kahit isang tao lang that you want to apply all of the things that you learned to that person, to your target client. Balikan nyo, i-follow up nyo yung mga nag-scene zone sa inyo dati, apply nyo to, and see how it works. I'm inside this community. Please do tag me. I would appreciate that so much. So I know if effective yung mga tinuturo ko. If it brings you results, please share it and tag me. I really do want to know para alam ko what to improve and stuff like that. If you want to share your takeaways for other people to learn, please do so. Just tag me. So guys, immediately take action. Okay? Baliwala to if you're not gonna take action. Yun lang po, and thank you so much for your time, guys. Kayo din. Thank you for choosing to spend Saturday with me.
Yes, ma'am, sana may replay. Oo, merong replay. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Iwan namin to dito. Sa lahat ng mga magre-replay dyan, the link will be here. Hanapin nyo lang sa comment section. Scroll lang kayo dyan. And si Coach is here in our community. So, hanapin nyo lang dito sa members area natin. At, feel free to connect with her. And as we end this webinar, thank you again, once again, isang malalim na pasalamat talaga kay Coach, no? Kasi I feel the energy. I don't know, basta parang there's something in there. Hindi ko maletrahan. Pero the connection, and makita mo naman talaga kung genuine yung tao na magbigay ng message niya, 'di ba, sa mga tao. So yeah, you've seen her, you see her na 2 hour na nagto-talk, and nakita niyo naman, 'di ba, parang walang hinga yun na.
Walang hinga, walang inom.
Yan. Correct. So, yan. Makikita lang yung mga ganong klase ng tao. So, take advantage of this, guys. And, it's already November na, no? So, yun. Give it all you got. If there's one thing that we will be giving ourselves before the end of the year, invest in yourself talaga. And this is a free webinar. So, di ba? Sobrang steal yan. Yun. So, basta ang daming learnings ngayon talaga. So, sobrang salamat. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Sis Michelle. And thank you for all of you who stayed with us. 40 people who stayed with us. Sabi ko nga dati, kung isang tao lang ang mababago namin yung buhay dito, okay lang, diba? Diba? Sobrang sold na yun. Pero we have 40 here. And marami pang mga magre-replay, marami mga sumusulpot kanina, ganyan. So, we are leaving that to you. It's not an accident that you are here tonight, that you are here at the end of this webinar. So, probably para sa'yo talaga yung message na to. And if you wanted to level up your freelancing career next year, 2022, this is an event that you should never, ever miss. Yeah. So, thank you, guys. Thank you. With that, we will end this webinar now. Thank you. Happy weekend, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Happy weekend. Bye. Thank you, Michelle. Bye, Coach CJ.
Thank you.